Good evening and welcome to high school football playoffs. It's Broken Arrow and Union in the Class 6A-1 quarterfinals from Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. Charlie Hanneman and Steve Spavital with you here in the broadcast booth. And Spav, this is a big game tonight for a lot of players. Importantly, Jake Rains, the Broken Arrow quarterback, 8 of 10 last week. He's really improved throughout the year, but tell me about Jake and what's important tonight.
Well, I tell you what, just running the offense, just execution, no turnovers, try to get it to the point where we're not having negative yardage. So our offensive line is going to be real imperative to help him. Giving him time to throw the ball, because one thing we're going to have to do is be able to throw the football tonight. And he needs the time. And I tell you what, if he just continues, from what he's been doing lately, we're going to really be okay tonight, because I really feel like he's just really doing a great job.
Rains on the season completing 63% of his passes, 1,206 yards, 15 touchdowns, just one interception. On the other side, Union's quarterback, Rovan Banks, a 5'10", 172-pound sophomore, took over as the starter before the Putnam City North game and has led Union to 5 straight wins. He's the first sophomore quarterback to start for Union since Justin Fuente in 1998. Union won the toss and deferred the choice to the second half, so the Tigers will start with the football and head from north to south. Broken Arrow in the black home jerseys, gold numbers, gold pants with black trim. The BA is back on the helmet this week with the gold stripe down the middle. Union in the traditional road uniforms, white jerseys, black numbers with red trim, black pants, red and white stripe down the side, the silver helmets with the split U. Glad you're with us for Tiger playoff football. Charlie Hanneman, Steve Spavital with you. We'll go down to Ryan Wyckoff right after the opening kickoff. Stephen Forbes is in place to get this one underway. Torrey Dillard is back to return for the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Well, they're kicking it from the hash, so the left hash here. So, they're trying to narrow the field down, and we'll see what happens here.
Forbes' kick is away, and it will go into the end zone. There will be no return.
That was a pretty low trajectory type kick, so we could eventually get one of those.
As we mentioned, Jake Rains, 15 touchdowns on the season. He'll lead the Tigers out on the field, and before he does, let's check in with Ryan Wyckoff. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, Charlie, man, it is energy and excitement down here. That's kind of the vibe. It's a cool mid-40s, no wind out here, but I love what I see. Scratches on the helmets, guys' wrists and ankles taped up. They're ready to play first playoff game. Let's check out.
Ryan, thank you. First play of the game is a pass. Rains is back, pump fakes. Now firing on the double move, looking for Isaiah Keller, and it's complete. Keller across the 50, brought down in Union territory after a big gain, 35 yards plus. They'll mark him at the 43.
That was one of my goals for, one of my keys for the game is hit the deep pass early. Well, they did it off play one. I tell you what, it wasn't really the ball wasn't thrown very well. It's just the fact that Keller is just a tremendous athlete going up and getting it.
Gain of 37 and a First National Bank first down. First and 10 Tigers at the Union 43. Rains takes the snap, gives to Sanchez Banks. Big seam here. Banks across the 30, shakes off a tackle, 20 to the 10, stretching to the house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. 2 plays and the Tigers are on the board.
Boy, I tell you, I saw that right off the bat. I tell you, we traded 3 people over from one side to the other, and they did not adjust one person. And I'm telling you, we outnumbered them by about 4 to 1.
Banks made that one cutback.
What
Chauncey
a tremendous
Andrews tried
play.
to arm tackle him, and that's not going to work.
No, but they better start adjusting to formations too.
Extra point
if they want to be in this game.
Tyler Crawford is up and good. 11:21 to go in the first. The Broken Arrow Tigers already with a 7-0 lead. We'll keep it right here. It was just a 2-play, 80-yard touchdown drive. The scoring play, a 43-yard touchdown run by Sanchez Banks, and the Tigers are up 7-0. Let's go down to Ryan.
I tell you what, Charlie, we talked about excitement and energy. I think the coach's box down here on the sideline exploded. Fans on their feet. Guys came out of this box to congratulate Sanchez Banks and the rest of the guys on the field. This is a great way to start this game.
13th touchdown on the season for Sanchez Banks.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, just when it happened, I'm pointing at it right away because they're not even adjusting to it, and I just knew what Coach Wilkinson was going to do, and he did it and made him pay for it.
Kyler Pearson and A.J. Green are back deep for Union to return the Tyler Crawford kick. Not much wind at all to speak of tonight here on this quarterfinal Friday night in Broken Arrow. Late arriving crowd. They're still filing into the stadium here. Glad you're with us on
It's getting
Arrow
colder
Vision
too. It's getting colder.
97.1 FM, yeah.
We started the game at about 47 degrees, down to 45 already. So temperature's dropping quite a bit here.
Tyler Crawford has kicked it into the end zone for a touchback on 45 of his 60 kickoffs this season. And that's important because, especially in playoff time, Union's known for some subterfuge in the return game. Crawford's left-footed kick is deep and driving well into the end zone, caught by Pearson, but 5 yards deep in the end zone, there will be no return.
Now, the biggest thing that we have to do is we need to find where Pearson's at. Pearson's one of their top performers as a wide receiver, and they move him around a lot, and they get him involved into the game a lot. So he's not in the same position. We got to find him.
Kyler Pearson, 41 catches on the season, 463 yards, 3 touchdowns. This is Rovon Banks leading the Union offense, trailing 7-0. Banks takes the snap, keeps it himself on the zone read right side. He has room. Banks still on his feet, 30 to the 40, close to midfield, and he's going to be dragged down out of bounds, and a flag flies. A late hit coming on the Tigers, and Union's offense answers the bell with a big gainer on first down.
Well, you know, what's funny is they ran with the tight end, you know, one back set, but they ran the quarterback power, which was kind of unique. They pulled the backside guard and ran it in there. So that's very tough.
With personal foul after the play, personal foul, right it out of bounds, number 15 of Broken Arrow. First down.
Ronnie Robinson is tonight's referee. Personal foul there was kind of an easy one for Robinson to call. And they'll move it to the Broken Arrow 39-yard line. So that's where Union has it 1st and 10 at the Tiger 39. 11-11 to go. First quarter, already plenty of action. Rovon Banks takes the low shotgun snap, hands off to A.J. Green. Hit in the backfield, but he springs forward for a couple. They'll mark him at about the 35-yard line before he is brought down by Zeno Marcaselli.
Well, they shifted from the gun position to the, you know, to the I type formation, and that really allows them to run either side where the invitation is directed.
2nd and 6 coming here from the 35-yard line. Kyler Pearson goes motion right to left. This is a quarterback keeper on the left side. Rovon Banks stretching toward that far side hash. It was Jalen Moss, though, to make the tackle after a couple. Looking like 3rd down and about 4 coming from the Tiger 33.
That was good. I mean, that was tough. That was tough defense right there, and that's what we got to do. Looks like they're not so much interested in throwing the football, so.
Union was 1 for 10 on 3rd down in the first meeting back on September 6th. The Union team managed just 1 first down the entire first half. Union's got that already tonight. Here we go, 3rd down and 4. Tigers trying to make some noise at the 33. Banks takes the snap, it's a give. Spins off the first tackle. Zeno's trying to pull him down, and they're going to mark him short. Zeno Marcaselli and Darian Moss on the tackle for the Tigers, and it's 4th down for Union.
Good job, Zeno. Good tackle. Well, the whole bottom line is they're not going to let them run the football. And it's extremely difficult to stop their run, especially when they're in the one back. That was a 2-back situation. When they're in the one back, it's really tough because now the quarterback is another runner, and you got to have somebody assigned for him.
Union keeps the offense on the field. They're going for it. 4th and 4 from the Tiger 33. 9:02 to go first quarter. Broken Arrow 7-0. Rovon Banks, shotgun snap, rolling to his right. Now he's going to keep it. He's got the first down and board. 25, cuts back. Ball's free. Union, though, I think is falling on it. No, we'll see. Who's got the football? First down Union is the signal.
Oh, they got it back. Gosh.
It was Desmond McDaniels, a receiver, that fell on it.
Well, he spun and pivoted, and boy, we put the helmet right on the football. God, just right there, bam.
That was Slusher that knocked it free, but it fell right into the waiting arms of Desmond McDaniels. So Union picks up the first down inside the red zone now. 1st and 10 Union at the Tiger 18-yard line. Rovon Banks rolling to his right, design quarterback run. Hit and brought down at about the 15. Corey Williams, his first tackle tonight.
That was just like a quarterback zone. They were just zoning the blocking scheme up front.
Line of scrimmage is the 14-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming here for Union. 7th play of the Union drive. Rovon Banks out of the gun. Hands it off to A.J. Green. He's stretching back near side left. He's got a seam inside the 10. Hit and brought down by Miles Slusher. But it'll be 1st and goal for Union at the 8-yard line.
Oh, we just missed the tackle, too.
Let's go down to Ryan.
Tell you what, I don't know if you can hear it from up there, but the band is out of control. I would imagine it could make a lot of things hectic as this Union team is driving right into them.
Ryan, thanks. 1st down and goal from the 8-yard line. 7:30 to go, opening quarter. Broken Arrow up 7-0. Shotgun snap to Rovon Banks. He keeps it himself, and he is going to stretch in for the Union touchdown.
Quarterback power right there.
Tigers bid on the dive or the zone fake, and Banks had an easy 8-yard touchdown.
And see, that's what they're doing. They're running the back across the formation, showing like a zone concept, like you were saying. And they're pulling the backside guard, and the quarterback is keeping it going the opposite direction on the power.
Tigers had 2 defenders that followed the fake. Stephen Forbes on for the PAT. Kyler Pearson will hold it. Snap, spot, Forbes, right-footed extra point is up and good. 7:21 to go, first quarter. We're tied 7-7. This is Broken Arrow football.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow is known for offering nice deals on a great selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, but we don't stop there. Matthews Ford helps to keep your vehicle running right in the quick lane. Tires, brakes, batteries, oil service, you name it, the factory-trained experts at Quick Lane can handle it, and on your schedule. Give it a try. You'll see why life is better in the Quick Lane. Log on to MatthewsFordBA.com for a no-hassle, informative, convenient, easy way to shop, which is a nice deal.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. 7:21 to go, first quarter. We're tied at 7. Both offenses have found the end zone on their opening possessions of the game. It was an 8-play, 80-yard drive for Union. Took 4 minutes off the clock. An 8-yard touchdown by Rovon Banks was the scoring play. Kickoff by Forbes here is going to be returnable. Dillard takes it at his 5-yard line, stretches the right side across the 20. Dillard has a seam, 30, still on his feet. It's the kicker Forbes that brings him down across the 35 at the 37-yard line. So good field position again for Broken Arrow to start this drive.
God, that's great. I tell you what, he does such a good job on the kickoff returns, and that's so important. Oh, did we get a flag?
Let's go down to Ryan.
Yeah, I tell you, that's not the first time we've seen a little chippiness already. I saw Zeno Marcaselli in the end zone after that score, and then I believe
looks like we're having some trouble with wherever Ryan is on the field there. Let's check in with Ronnie Robinson.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11, broken arrow. 15 yards, it'll be a first down.
That's Darian Moss. We got Darian Moss, so back it up 15, and it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 24-yard line. Jake Rains out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. Sanchez Banks, the running back, to his right. They hand it to Banks on 1st down. He cuts through, has a seam again. Banks just rumbles through the Union formation.
That's great.
Enough for a First National Bank first down up to the 38-yard line. Gain of 14 for Banks, and it's 1st and 10 Tigers.
And I think he carried them for about 7 of those yards.
I mean, that didn't look like that was going anywhere. And all of a sudden, it was a 14-yard gain.
Well, he just finds, he has that it factor. He finds the opening.
I formation this time for the Tigers. Rains under center. Takes the snap, hand off to Banks. Banks has another big seam. He's still on his feet outside the numbers on that Union sideline. He's going to be brought down by Junior Smith. Close to the line to gain. They'll mark him at the 47.
Union's got to be real careful with, they're doing a lot of blitzing now. They were moving the line, and I tell you what, the linebackers were trying to cross in the middle. They didn't fit it right, and I tell you what, we're going to make them pay for it. You got to fit those things just right.
2nd and 1 coming from the 48-yard line. 47, excuse me. Rains opens up, gives to Banks, stretching it out near side right. Still on his feet, has enough for a First National Bank first down. They'll bring him down at the 49. It was JoJo Nichols on the tackle for Union.
He did a good job on that. He knew he wasn't going to break it, but he just surfed it until he found that little opening for a positive gain.
5:50 to go, opening quarter. Broken Arrow 7, Union 7. Class 6A-1 quarterfinals. Tigers out of the gun. Jake Rains claps his hands, takes the snap, gives to Sanchez Banks. They're going to run it left. He crashed in, got behind a pulling guard, got trouble. There's flags all over the place. There's at least 2 of them. If the play stands, it will be a loss of a couple back at the 47, but there are 2 flags on the field.
We ran a counter then. We pulled the guard tackle.
Yeah, Banks crashed into one of the pullers, was trying to get him out of the way.
They got us for holding on that. There were several flags, so this is a good referee crew right here.
We're holding on the offense. 44, 10-yard penalty, the foul.
Mitchell Banning, the fullback, the penalized Tiger. That's already the 3rd penalty of the game. From the spot of the foul, they'll back it up to the 37-yard line. So it's 1st and long, 20. Rains out of the gun. Hands off to Sanchez Banks, little counter step in the backfield. He has decent yardage across the 40 to, I think, the 44. So
he fit it really well. I tell you, Union their defensive line is kind of taking that path of least resistance. And what I mean by that is they're not controlling their gap. They're getting upfield too much. And what's happening is they're creating running lanes.
Gain of 7 on 1st and 22. Now it's 2nd and 15 from the Tiger 44-yard line. Rains out of the gun, play fake, has time, sets his feet, firing, looking for Keller, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Union. It was Caleb Kalo.
Great protection too, though. We had great protection. Just underthrew the ball a little bit.
Just the 2nd interception of the season for Jake Rains. It's the 1st of the year for Kalo. Here it comes again. This one wobbled on him a little bit. He was looking for Keller in double coverage, and Kalo came right down with it at the 31.
Well, there's several things you get to playoffs that you got to control, and that's turnovers and even penalties. You got to control your penalties. We've had too many penalties, and the turnovers can be really costly, especially in field position.
Banks takes the snap, hands off to A.J. Green around the right side. He makes a nice cutback. Green, 40, now cuts back toward the middle of the field across the 50. He's going to go 30 to the 20 to the 10, looks over his right shoulder, and he's in the end zone. No flags, and a 69-yard touchdown run by A.J. Green.
What a run. Boy, he hit that seam. I mean, we had it. He hit a seam in there, and I mean, we had kids that had angles on him, and he outran us. That was quite an impressive run.
He's their leading rusher and showed why on that one. 8th touchdown of the season for A.J. Green. And Forbes is on for an extra point. Snap, spot. Forbes with the right-footed extra point. It's right down the middle. 4:27 to go, first quarter. Union 14, Broken Arrow 7. This is Broken Arrow football.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
With kids, life is one big adventure. So you need a strong financial partner like TTCU Federal Credit Union. They're always ready to help. And every TTCU checking account comes with a School Pride debit card. Every time you use your card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account, why not call it your living account? TTCU, life is better in balance.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow. Union now leads the Tigers 14-7 after a 69-yard touchdown rush by A.J. Green. It was just a one-play drive after the interception. Forbes with the kickoff. That sails into the end zone, and the Tigers will take back over at their own 20.
Well, I'll tell you, they're probably glad they kicked that dude in the end zone. You don't want to kick it to Dillard. That young man's got the weapons.
4:27 to go, first quarter. Union leading Broken Arrow 14-7 in the Class 6A-1 quarterfinals. The winner of this one will take on Owasso or Norman next week at a site to be determined. Jake Raines under center. Opens up, gives to Sanchez Banks. Banks runs straight ahead across the 25 before he's brought down by Kalo and Junior Smith.
What's kind of interesting about that play is I think Union defended it very well, but yet Banks gets 6 yards on the carry. You know, that's great first down efficiency because he makes a lot of yardage after contact.
2nd down and 4 here at the 26-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Raines trips as he gets out under center. They're going to say he was down in the backfield. That was close. He tried to get it off to Sanchez Banks, but they're going to say Raines was down for a loss. I don't know. Ryan, what'd you see?
Well, it was interesting. The back judge, White Hat, made that call. I mean, Raines was running towards him. I'm surprised the side judge, who looked like he may have had a better angle, didn't make that call.
3rd down and 7 coming up now after the loss. Tigers will go out of the shotgun. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Raines back to pass, firing far side right. That's Keller, caught for a First National Bank first down before he's forced out of bounds on the Union sideline at the 34.
You know, we're going to put pressure on those corners, that's for sure, because, you know, we're pushing them deep, we're hitting them shallow. They're not going to be able to defend us if we just do little things like that.
1st and 10, Tigers at their own 34. Jake Raines claps his hands, takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Sanchez Banks. Union better pressure on that one. Banks still has his feet chopping, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of 1 at the 35.
I tell you, Union is doing a lot of stemming. They're doing a lot of line movements. They're really doing things a lot different than I've seen before. So I think they're trying to mess up. They know our offensive line is very good. So they're going to make them block movement.
Raines takes the snap under center, gives to Banks again. Through the line, he gets to the 40. Crashed into Josh Frederick. Coach's son brings him down at the 40, where it'll be 3rd down and 4. Jake Raines is 2 of 3 passing tonight. He's looked for Isaiah Keller all 3 times. Keller's caught 2, 1 was intercepted. Sanchez Banks already up to 86 rushing yards. 9 carries so far, as long as 43. Second, 3rd down of the game for the Tigers. They picked up the first one. Here we go, 3rd and 4 from the 40. 1:53 to go, opening quarter. Tigers down 7. A whistle before the snap and a flag. False start on Broken Arrow.
Before the play, number 87, false start on the offense. Penalty, still 3rd down.
It's Caleb Gamble, the tight end, who moved early.
Well, we're going to isolate Isaiah. We're going to isolate him in a formation that's going to force the opponents to put man-to-man on him. When you do that, we're going to have that edge.
4 receiver look now for the Tigers on this 3rd down play. 3rd and 9. Raines drops back. Union brings pressure. He's going to scramble, and he's getting to the 40. Now he's just going to keep it and run close to the sideline before he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 45. He has enough for the First National Bank first down.
Good job.
Little chicken salad there for Raines, because it didn't look like there was much there at all.
I know. I mean, he did good. We tried that little double move concept with, we ran double twins basically, 4 wide, and we ran the outside guy in and up.
Line of scrimmage is the Tiger 44. 1st and 10. Raines, shotgun snap, gives to Sanchez Banks again. Nice seam up the middle. They're just going to keep punting that thing up the middle.
Absolutely. See, the problem is Union is forced to move the line a lot, and I understand why they're doing it. I would too. I would be doing it too, because our offensive line is so good. If they know where you are, they're going to block you all the way down the field. They're going to pancake you. So Union is forced to move and slant and stem. This way they have a chance, but you're going to die by that as well.
2nd down 4. They give to Sanchez Banks. Union brings all sorts of pressure. And it was number 50 in on the tackle for Union, Jake Henry. Loss of a couple, and it'll be 3rd and about 7. 11th carry of the night for Jake Raines, and we're inside the play clock here, so Coach Alexander will bring the troops over to the sideline before this 3rd down play. 1 quarter in the books in the 6A-1 quarterfinals. Union 14, Broken Arrow 7. Tigers have it 3rd 7 when we come back. This is Broken Arrow football.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
The AVB Bank Spotlight Series at the Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center is filled with Tony winners. The Color Purple, Finding Neverland, Tony winner and Oklahoma native Kelly O'Hara in concert, and celebrate the holidays with the legendary Kristen Chenoweth and Sandy Patty together in concert. For more information, visit BrokenArrowPAC.com or call 918-259-5778. The Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center and the Kristen Chenoweth Theater, bringing the world to Broken Arrow.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow. About to start the 2nd quarter here in the 6A-1 quarterfinals. Union leading BA 14-7. Charlie Hanema and Steve Spavital with you in the booth. Ryan Wyckoff is the man down on the sidelines. Glad you're with us for playoff football. Total yards in the 1st quarter, Broken Arrow 143, Union 134. So about as close as you might expect. Third and 7 to start the 2nd quarter. Isaiah Keller goes in motion right to left. Rains gets to Sanchez Banks. He tries to now cut it back. Union has this one contained and bottled up. Will Thomas on the tackle, and it will be punt time for Tyler Crawford and Broken Arrow.
That was an interesting call, just running the football there in 3rd and long. I thought we'd try to find a way to give the ball to Keller.
Kyler Pearson waiting for this punt back at his 20-yard line. Tyler Crawford did not need to punt at all against Enid last week. He's averaging 37.4 yards per punt with a long of 59. Snap is good. Union brought pressure, almost got home there. Crawford's punt is away. It's returnable. Pearson fields it at the 22, and then he's hammered down by number 40. Logan Diller, the snapper, got all the way down there.
That's awesome. I tell you what, that Pearson's dangerous, and he's not going to just fair catch him. He's going to try to get something in there, and he has that ability to do it. So that was a great tackle, getting downfield.
There was Diller with the hit. 3rd drive of the game for Union. The last one lasted just 1 play before A.J. Green got loose with a 69-yard touchdown. Try and keep that to a minimum. 11:08 to go, 2nd quarter. Union 14, Broken Arrow 7. Rovon Banks, shotgun snap. He keeps it himself up the middle. Tries to cut it back outside the left hash. Schlusser, the first man on the tackle, but Banks is still driving his feet, and they're going to let him keep driving all the way up to the 33. I think they're giving him enough for a 1st down.
So that was that quarterback power again. You know, that's something new. I hadn't seen that on film by them. So, you know, again, that's something that could be a little different. We got to working on fitting. When that back crosses the formation, the linebackers have to pick up that guard pulling back.
Rovon Banks over to the sideline each time to get the play from offensive coordinator Richie Ropke. And they're ready on 1st and 10 from the 32. H-back motion there. They hand it off to A.J. Green left side. Green has another seam, and he gets close to the line to gain before he's forced out of bounds. But Green, man, really has some afterburners. And then there's some extracurriculars on the Union sideline between Tolbert and Pearson. And now a flag comes in at the last minute. It's a very highly thrown flag.
I didn't see anything. I know they're getting a little frisky, but I didn't see anything worth a penalty unless it's a holding or something.
Could be offsetting too, maybe. And now Ronnie Robinson is making his way over toward the home side, and let's.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 73 Union. It'll be 2nd down.
That's huge.
Let's go down to Ryan.
Yeah, it looked like it was probably one of the Union player that got called for the foul. That was some just talking afterward. I didn't see any Broken Arrow players right around that flag. It looked.
Ryan, thanks. It was Josh Peoples, the right tackle they got. First penalty of the game on Union. It's a big one, though. Backs him up to the 26. It'll be 2nd down and 16. They hand it off to Pearson here around the left side. He's blown up and forced out of bounds. Zeno Marcaselli was over there with Torrance Ingram and Marion Horn. So they try and get it to Kyler Pearson around the left end, and it goes nowhere. 3rd and long coming.
Union must have seen some. They're just attacking the boundary quite a bit here, and it's kind of tough to run the boundary on us. So there must have been something that I don't know, the reason why they're wanting to attack the boundary so much.
3rd down and 16. Ball at the 26-yard line. Union with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Rovon Banks rolls outright, right into the Tiger pressure. He's going to be bottled up and thrown down. Corey Callens Jr. and Jalen Moss in there for the Tigers, and Union has to punt.
Well, we did a great job because they're wanting to sprint out of the pocket. They're wanting to sprint out. This way they have the double threat of the quarterback running the ball or throwing the ball. So it was really nice that we held it up. We held it up really well.
Forbes is back to punt for Union, and now they look like they're going to go for it here. They throw all sorts of chaos out there. They split a receiver out there, and now Coach Alexander will take a timeout. We talked about this earlier, Spav. Union is known for special teams trickery, especially in the playoffs. We were sitting in your lab this morning talking about what they were going to do. Was it going to be in the kick return or the punt or what? But, man.
You know, they always have. They've always had a lot of threats in there, but I haven't seen it lately. But there again, it doesn't mean they don't have it and they can't utilize it.
Let's go down to Ryan.
You know, we talk about Isaiah Keller and his presence on the offense. There on the punt return, something Coach Alexander gave him a pat on the helmet for was him being punt returner. And you saw it there. He sprinted down from that return position to go cover that wide receiver that they sent out there to the side before Coach Alexander was able to get that timeout. So heads up play, even though we did get that timeout.
Yeah, actually it was illegal. It could have been illegal substitution. You have to allow a team to adjust to it. You can't just sneak a guy on the field and then.
Isaiah Keller back to return for the Tigers. They go with this formation with the receiver look, split out wide again. Snap here to Forbes. Right-footed punt is a bomb. The Tigers are going to get away from it, and it does check up a little bit back toward the Broken Arrow side, so they're going to mark it out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Fairly good field position again for the Tigers, trailing 14-7.
We need to be careful on that because by just letting the ball bounce, we were lucky it took a bounce on our side. Because I've seen too many situations where you let a ball bounce and it goes all the way down to the field, and then you lose so much field position.
1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the 38-yard line. 8:47 to go, second quarter. Tigers down 14-7. Jake Raines claps his hands for the shotgun snap. Hands off to Sanchez Banks, sidesteps the first man, gets back to the line, and not much more. Will Thomas made the tackle for Union. No gain.
Yeah, we've got to be able to throw the football a little bit here to open up our running game a little bit more. Now he's gone into the one-back spread, so.
2nd down and 10 here. Raines out of the gun, does drop back to pass. Looks off the first man. Now he's going to keep it up at the 40. Has a nice seam. Raines across the 50 into Union territory. Spins down after the First National Bank first down. JoJo Nichols brought him down at the Union 44-yard line.
Atta baby, good job, Jake.
Andrew Rame just demolished the guy on the right side of that pass block.
Well, I tell you what, they're covering us quite well, but we're giving a lot of protection, so we're allowing Jake to have that option.
Raines claps his hands for the shotgun snap on 1st and 10 at the 44. This is a handoff to Sanchez Banks. He's hit and dropped by Caleb Kalo after just a couple. Has Union adjusted to something, Spav? Because on the first couple of drives, there were big chunks right up the middle. And those
that's when we were trading personnel from one side to the other. We haven't done that again. You know, we're lining up in a certain formation. We're changing it. We're in 2 backs now.
High formation here on
Running
2nd
the
down.
Power.
Handoff is to Banks. Number 98, Demarion Thomas just grabs him and throws him down. It'll be 3rd down and long from the 41.
Well, they're doing heavy favorite. It's like they knew we were running a power to the tight end side. We need to run it weak a little bit or something because their movement's going the opposite direction. They're actually moving right into the play.
6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. 3rd down and 8 for Broken Arrow at the Union 42. Union leading 14-7. Dillard and Keller out to the right for BA. Tigers in the eye. They hand it off to Sanchez Banks. He tries to cut it back up inside the formation. He gets across the 40 down to the 38, but it's still going to be 4th down and 4.
Yeah, we're probably close to 4 down territory here. I don't know if he wants to punt them down deep. tell you, our punter's pretty good at putting them down deep.
Line of scrimmage is the 38. Tigers need to get to the 34. Offense is still on the field.
So we're either going to try to jump them offside, freeze them, or get the, since we're in a gun situation, may want to try to get the ball to Keller.
Here we
there
go.
in the boundary.
Raines out of the gun, sets up, fires. Wide open man. It was Keon Barnett, and he dropped it.
Oh, he was so wide open, he wanted to run before he caught it. Bless his heart. Gosh.
Barnett turned and tried to run, and he forgot the pigskin.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, he was so wide open, he had a lot of room. I feel for him because, we've all been in that situation before.
So it's a turnover on downs with 5:35 to go first half. Union will start at its own 38, leading 14-7. Rovon Banks out of the gun, hands it off to A.J. Green, left side. Green has a little bit of a seam there. He's going to pick up about 5 before Slusher was the first man to hit him and bring him down close to the Union bench.
It's nice having Slusher back, isn't it? The young man's all over the place. He's everywhere, and he's your safety.
Just the 6th game he's been able to play in this year, battling a lingering ankle injury. He's committed to Oregon. I think those might be Oregon duck gloves he's got on his hands there.
Probably, yeah.
They're bright, and they help the announcer find them, so
yeah,
no complaints here. Inside 5 minutes to go, first half now. Union leading 14-7. 2nd and 6 from the 42. Banks hands it off up the middle. A.J. Green bursts through the line again. Marion Horn brings him down, but not before Green gets into Broken Arrow territory all the way down to the 46.
The kid's got a lot of speed. I wasn't aware of that so much. He hits through that hole hard, fast.
Broken Arrow held Union to just 104 total yards when these two teams met back in September. Tonight, Union's already up to 168, all of it on the ground. Union has not attempted a pass.
That's so unusual by them, too.
Rovon Banks rolling to his right and hit and destroyed. Darian Moss brought the hammer. Woo!
They're trying to sprint the ball out. Every time they try to sprint it out, they haven't had any success. We do such a great job of holding it up. I'm telling you.
Trent DeSmet, the tight end.
Well, Darian Moss.
I don't want to say he fanned on a block, but he did the old saloon door, and Darian Moss just brought the hammer.
Oh, he just comes in there so hard. I mean, he pulls the quarterback up.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. They hand off to Green, trying the right side this time, across the 50. Missed the tackle there, across the 40. Green has enough for the first down, inside the 35 at the 32.
Hey, got something?
Slusher missed that tackle, and I think Darian Moss is shaken up. Darian Moss is down to the 30, and when your leading tackler goes down in the first half of a playoff game, that's never good. Let's go down to Ryan.
Yeah, immediately after Moss went down, either his right arm or possibly grabbing his left side. Not sure exactly, but it was immediately as soon as he had made that tackle to the ground that he was grabbing that side or favoring that right arm. I can't really tell at this point.
Right, thanks. They're looking at him over there on the near side of the field as the team's huddled around him.
The kid made a good move, especially on Slusher. He's got some good wiggle.
Moss came into the game 63.5 tackles, leading the team.
Well, he's played well. He's played well so far. This is a huge loss if he just may be shaken up a little bit.
Daniel Stewart and Grace Warren, the athletic trainers for the Tigers, help him off the field, and they'll get him into the tent to be looked at. It'll be first down and 10 for Union at the Broken Arrow 32-yard line. His backup is Griffin Stieber, a sophomore who's really come on late in the year. 3:35 to go, first half, clock running, Union leading 14-7. Rovon Banks out of the pistol here. Turns, runs a little read option, gives it to A.J. Green, and he's bottled up by Zeno, and that one goes nowhere at
Nowhere. Great defense there. Yeah, running the pistol there with a fullback in there. They're basically, Union is basically what they call 20 personnel. They have 2 backs and no tight end, so they call it 20. But they're able to flex it out and do all kinds of stuff. Now they're in 10 personnel.
2nd and 10 from the 32. Banks, shotgun snap, now counters it back. A.J. Green has all sorts of room. Shakes off a first tackle, but Slusher hit him hard enough to bring him down. There's a flag on the play at the 25. This one might be coming back. Slusher tried to go low. Couldn't quite bring him down, but tripped him up enough, and it might not stand anyway.
Hold on the offense. Holding the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat 2nd down.
Second penalty of the game for Union. They'll mark it back at the 34. Clock continues to run now. 2:33 to go first half. Union with all 3 timeouts. The Tigers have 2. If you're trying to think ahead to a possible one last drive for the Broken Arrow offense, but I think Union might be able to run this down pretty deep here in the second.
They had a good misdirection play. You know, they're showing sprint out to there, but they came back with the power, tailback power.
And as we mentioned, the 3 timeouts, Union decides to spend one. 2:12 to go here in the first half. We'll take a timeout. This is Broken Arrow football.
The Tigers of 1999 closed out the century with a 7-5 record. Rebounding from a shaky start to the season, the Tigers, led by junior Mickey Nickel and spirited senior Tyler Wellhausen, finished strong, going 5-2 in their last 7 games, including a thrilling 34-21 victory over the OSSAA Rams in the playoffs, where sophomore running back Keith Jacobs set a single-game rushing record. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow. 2:12 to go in the first half. Union with the ball, 2nd and 13 from the Tiger 35-yard line. Union leading Broken Arrow 14-7. Redskins have a new tailback in. It's Avante Wilkins. Darian Moss is back in at outside linebacker, and that's good to see. Banks drops back to pass for the first time tonight, looking deep down the near sideline for Pearson, and it's broken up. It was Miles Slusher who knocked it away, lost one of his neon gloves in the process, and it'll be 3rd and long. Lost both of them somehow.
Yeah, that's good coverage, too. Wasn't a bad throw. It was good coverage. Loved it.
We wondered about the passing game of Union with Robon Banks. And
yeah.
I know it took him a while to throw one, but that was a good ball.
Yeah.
Just good coverage.
It was. It was just great. Yeah, it was great coverage.
3rd down and 13 here from the 35-yard line. You would assume 4-down territory for Union. Motion from left to right. That's Makai Belt, and now another whistle before the snap, and Union's going to take another timeout. Can't take him with you. Might as well make sure you're sure on 3rd and long here late in the first half.
Absolutely.
See Kurt Frederick there with the visor. That's Richie Ropke in the middle of the huddle in the red, the offensive coordinator for Union. Coach Fred in his 13th season at Union with 5 state championships. This is the 30th straight year Union has made the playoffs, Fab, but the first time they've opened on the road since 1997. Union lost that game 43-42 at Stillwater to a quarterback by the name of Matt Holliday. Went on to have a decent career playing baseball, but he could chuck that pigskin too, I'm told.
I was there at the time.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you did, we can talk about it.
Well, I tell you what, I thought I won a lot of silver balls before I won the gold ones. I tell you what, I thought I was just destined for silver.
3rd and 13 from the 35-yard line. Union leading Broken Arrow 14-7, 2 minutes to go, first half. Rovon Banks out of the gun, quick hitter. It's caught by Mekhi Belt. He cuts up to the 25, short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th and about 2 at the 24.
Wow, that was actually a pretty good play. They threw the uncovered. They threw it real quick. They had 3 wide. They threw it to number 3. They hit the furthest inside guy real quick. Because they know we put a linebacker on that guy, and I know that Coach Hill, he doesn't like putting those linebackers out very wide.
Union receivers quick to the line here. 4th down and 2 coming. Rovon Banks now looks over to the sideline to double check the play. Play clock is at 6, so plenty of time here. Coach Fred pacing the sidelines. He goes to the head linesman over there, and he's going to take a timeout as the play clock ticks down to 1. So Union being methodical on this drive here. Another timeout. That will be Union's 3rd and final of the first half. 9th play of the drive coming here. 1:14 to go, second quarter. Union leading 14-7, and Union will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Tiger football brought to you all season long in part by our One Club sponsors, St. John Broken Arrow and Tulsa Bone and Joint, the official healthcare providers of the Broken Arrow Tigers, TTCU Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the Arrow Group, and Matthews Ford. Thank you all for your support all season long. Charlie Hannema, Steve Spavital, and Ryan Wyckoff back with you from Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. This is the Class 6A-1 quarterfinals. Tigers or Union will take on the winner of Owasso and Norman next week in the state semifinals, then take a week off for Thanksgiving, and the state championship game will be Saturday, December 7th at UCO, 8 p.m. kickoff down there in Edmond. A lot to happen before we get there, though. 4th and 2 coming here for Union from the Tiger 24-yard line. They're going to kick it. Stephen Forbes in field goal formation here. Kyler Pearson to hold. They'll mark it at the 31, so this will be a 41-yard attempt. Forbes is 4 of 5 on the year. This would be his long. Snap spot, Forbes. It's a line drive kick. It's no good.
Yes.
Short and to the left. So the Tiger defense holds, and the offense will have 1:10 to try and get something going here before half.
I don't know if I would have done that. I'm just thinking 2 yards. It's a pretty far field goal, and you got a quarterback that can run with the football, and he's got his hands on it every snap.
Forbes' long of the season was 38. This was from 41, and no good.
And now we have 1:10 left. I'm not sure if that was a great decision by them.
Tigers from the 20 in the eye. Jake Raines gives it to Sanchez Banks. Banks has a seam, but he's going to be caught. Brought down to the 25. It was 55 Will Thomas on the tackle. Man, that hole was there.
Yeah, he ran the power and he cut it back. And that's really good. Now you caught them slanting the line. And like I said, it creates running lanes if you don't fit it just right. The problem what people do is when you move the front a lot, what you fail to do is practice the run fitting in it in practice.
2nd and 3 coming here, 40 seconds to go, first half. Motion from right to left, and now Coach Alexander calls a timeout and almost throws his headset. Some sort of miscommunication there from the Tigers. Second timeout of the half. They'll have it 2nd and 3 at the 27 with 37 seconds before half, down 7.
Yeah, not a happy camper out there right now.
Go down to Ryan.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it wasn't just one player on that play. I'm not sure if the wrong call came in or what, but Isaiah Keller, Torrey Dillard were both getting spoken to, as well as Jake Raines on that. So definitely some miscommunication on that play.
Spav, what do you do here with 37 seconds to go before the half? Do you try and dial something up here, or do you just kind of see what you can get?
I wouldn't. You're down by 7. And you're playing well defensively right now. Let's just go into the half at this point. Let's just let's don't create a turnover. I'd hate to throw an interception and then returning it. Just run the football and be sound at what we're doing.
Raines gives to Sanchez Banks. Banks cuts it outside the formation there to the 33. Enough for a First National Bank first down. Clock will stop to set the chains with 31 to go.
He almost bounced that. He almost took that thing.
That's the thing. Even when you're not trying to get it with this offensive line in this run game, sometimes you just run a straight-up power and you've got a 70-yard touchdown.
Well, you know, like we said, we've got Union doing things they normally don't do because of our offensive line. They're that good. They're nasty.
Clock running, 13 seconds to go. Raines gives to Sanchez Banks. He cuts it back to the left. He's going to be brought down at the 40. And that's how the first half will end. Halfway home in the 6A-1 quarterfinals, Union leads Broken Arrow 14-7. Coach Alexander to make his way over to Ryan. There he is. Let's go down to Ryan with Coach.
Coach, anything the Redskins were showing you in that first half that maybe you hadn't seen on film or that was different?
Well, a little bit formationally on their offense, but it's nothing that we hadn't worked on. It's something, I mean, they hadn't shown it, so we've talked about it, but we hadn't really worked a bunch of it in practice. But it's really a simple adjustment if our defense will just see it and make the move.
Yeah, so you're down 7 points here, 14-7, so it sounds like you got some defensive adjustments. Any adjustments on the offense?
Well, that gummit, I had to use a couple timeouts because we don't get the play called on the wristband correctly, and we got something dialed up, or we think we have dialed up, and we don't. For some reason, we're not getting it communicated in the huddle, and that's kind of frustrating to waste timeouts on that kind of stuff.
All right, Coach, I'll let you get back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. 14-7 our score at the half. Union will get the ball to start the third quarter. We'll take a timeout here. Ken Ellett on the other side of this break with Broken Arrow wrestling coach Rodney Jones. Stay tuned. This is Broken Arrow football.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow is known for offering nice deals on a great selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, but we don't stop there. Matthews Ford helps to keep your vehicle running right in the quick lane. Tires, brakes, batteries, oil service, you name it, the factory-trained experts at Quick Lane can handle it, and on your schedule. Give it a try. You'll see why life is better in the Quick Lane. Log on to MatthewsFordBA.com for a no-hassle, informative, convenient, easy way to shop, which is a nice deal. Matthews Ford.
Tigers come out in Wildcat to start the drive. Isaiah Keller. Sanchez Banks left blocking. Keller has nice yards across the 50. He's inside the 40. Tiptoes down the sideline. 20, 15, 10 to the house. Isaiah Keller. Touchdown. Broken Arrow.
Last year I had a breakdown. Thoughts telling me I'm lost, getting too loud. Had to see a therapist and I found out something funny's going on up in my house. Yeah, started thinking maybe I should move out. Pack my car, take a new route. Clean up my yard, get the noose out. Hang up my heart, let it air out. I've been searching, what does that mean, Nate? I've been learning, grabbing my keepsakes, leaving my burdens. Well, I brought a few with me, I'm not
Sanchez Banks is free at the 30, at the 20, to the 10, house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
It's probably gonna be a long journey, but it's worth it though. Cold world out there, kids, grab your coats. Been a minute, I know, now I'm back to Rome. Looking for the antidote to crack the code. Pretty vivid, I admit it, I'm in classic mode. The only pity given to me, but I can't condone. Talking down to me, I'ma have to crack your nose for cracking jokes. I'm looking for the map to hope. You see this? They're making a whole lot of changes.
Pass, pump fake, firing through the end zone. And it's Torrey Dillard hauling it in for a Tiger touchdown.
Where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it'll pump my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it.
Range ready to pass on first down. Firing deep, looking for Isaiah Keller's got him. 20, 10, 5, house, touchdown, Broken Arrow. Jake Raines to Isaiah Keller for a 50-yard score. Out of the gun will take the snap himself, following the lead block of Sanchez Banks. He's got the seam, and Isaiah Keller is in for the 2-point conversion. We're tied at 35. Thanks to another huge game from Isaiah Keller.
Inside that we try to suffocate, you know, hoping it dies. Try to hold it underwater, but it always survives. And it comes up out of nowhere like an evil surprise. Then it hovers over you to tell you millions of lies. You don't relate to that? Must not be as crazy as I'm. The point of making is the mind is a powerful place, and what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, but it's not always safe. Just hang with me, this'll only take a moment, okay? Just think about it for a second. If you look at your face every day when you get up and think you'll never be great, you'll never be great. Not because you're not, but the hate will always find a way to cut you up and murder your faith. I've been developing, take a look at the benefits. Nothing to meddle with, I can never be delicate. My irrelevant, that depends how you measure it. Take a measurement to back it up and give me the evidence. Pretty evident, dependable can never be tentative. I'm a gentleman, depending on if I think you're genuine. Pretty elegant.
Banks running a clear pass. Keller stretching for the corner, diving for the pylon, and he's in. Keller gets the 2-point conversion, and the Tigers take a 1-point lead. UConn with the ball, first and 10 at the 34-yard line. Dutton back to pass, sets up, looking deep. Bryce Machota makes the pick, and the Tigers are going to win on homecoming.
Yeah. Bryce, what a stud. I tell you what, that kid does nothing but make great plays.
2019 Breaking Down the Walls was actually a very fun event. A lot of students went out and I got to meet a lot of new people, and it was a great time to connect and bond with people.
Breaking Down the Walls is a one-day, all-school day event where students come, no matter what you do, who you are, you can come, and we do lots of talking to different people and lots of like icebreaker games. And it's just a really fun time to connect with people you wouldn't normally get the chance to connect with.
The purpose of Breaking Down the Walls is so you can make students on campus more aware of what's happening around with other people's lives, because on a daily basis most of us go day in, day out, and we don't really think about others or what may be happening, or we get caught up in stereotypes, especially in high school. So Breaking Down the Walls really puts an emphasis on life outside of high school.
Breaking Down the Walls is beneficial because it can give you the opportunity to see what your peers are going through, and it can introduce you to some people that you never met, and it can build relationships with people that you might have not gotten the opportunity to build a relationship with.
One of my favorite things for Breaking Down the Walls was definitely the final event was Cross the Line. It was probably the most tear-jerking and most emotional part of the whole event. It's where all the students got together and where they became like more aware of what was happening.
I think you should definitely do Breaking Down the Walls, and the only hesitation I can see someone having is, not wanting to have to talk to people or being nervous to, interact. But the thing is, everyone's nervous and everyone's a little bit uncomfortable at first, and it's just something that slowly fades away when you're there.
What I would say to people that are thinking about going next year, or even if they're not thinking about it, I think you should definitely look into it. It's very eye-opening and it's an amazing activity. It's really something.
Wildcat formation. They go to the right. Sanchez Banks trying to clear a path. Keller stretching for the corner, diving for the pylon, and he's in. Keller gets the 2-point conversion, and the Tigers take a 1-point lead. 41 seconds to go. UConn with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Dutton back to pass, sets up, looking deep. Bryce Machota makes the pick, and the Tigers are going to win on homecoming.
I started cheer when I was a freshman. Before cheer, I tumbled for like my whole life since I was 2, but I never stunted. I became a flyer because I'm 5 foot tall, and I mean, I'm not necessarily not strong, but like not as strong as other people. My favorite thing is probably like seeing things from a different perspective and like just being kind of the center of attention. The people that lift are the bases. There's 2 of them, and then there's a back spot that's holding your ankle and lifting up. There's a lot of pressure whenever you're a flyer because you're the person that everyone sees, and usually when a stunt doesn't hit, they blame the flyer first. There has to be like a lot of trust between everyone in the stunt group, but you can't really think about it because if you think about it, then it's not going to go that well, but you just have to put everything in them and just believe that it's going to go well.
The biggest thing I enjoyed the most in Mr. BA was probably having to learn the group dance. We went over that like 40 times, and at the end of the night I was exhausted, but it ended up being worth it, and it was just so much fun getting to meet all the other guys.
My favorite part of Mr. BA would probably have to be just how involved all of the guys got into their acts and performances. It was really cool working with all the guys and just seeing how into it they got.
I think guys you should do this next year because it gets you out of your comfort zone, and you get to meet a lot more great people and some of the staff around the school that I've never met before.
Guys should do this for the experience, for the fun, for the thrill, not necessarily if you win or lose, but just the experience of having the group of people with you.
I'd have to say my favorite talent has to be Braxton Repschlagers.
I enjoyed Braxton Repschlagers. Laying sod, it's pretty hilarious.
He laid down sod on stage. I feel like he was Mr. BA for coming up with that idea alone. I would have never thought about laying sod on stage.
My talent was I was a magician. So I got up there and did a couple magic tricks, brought one of the judges up on stage to perform with me. She did an awesome job, and it was really fun.
My talent, I put a lot of thought into it, and really my talent was eating cereal on stage in front of everybody because, you know, not a lot of people are comfortable with the way they eat cereal.
2019 Mr. BA pageant is Grant Galloway.
So as soon as they had announced my name and had announced the fact that I had won Mr. BA, I was in complete shock and I had no idea what to do. I just stood there in absolute awe. And I kind of looked around for a second and I was like, I won Mr. BA? It was really, really cool hearing all the audience like cheer my name, and like it was a really fun time.
This whole camp experience, this theatrical experience for a week, feeds me. It's actually selfish because it's what keeps me going for the rest of the year.
It's been really, really amazing. I was really intimidated going into this because I knew I didn't have the experience under my belt. A lot of these kids are already friends or have done theater or this camp together before. And so I was like, how am I going to make friends? How am I going to do my best if I feel like I've never had any proper training? But this is a boot camp, you know, they're here to help me and to make sure I do my very best. I've learned so much because of this, and I've obviously made lots of friends and I've had a really fun time.
I see kids, especially the repeat ones that I get to see now that are on their third year, and I'm like, I'm watching you, and mainly what I've watched is evolution.
It's really great to be a third year because I feel like you've met so many new people, and so you have people that you've known from years before, and then you meet more people and you get to know more teachers, and that's cool.
I love theater so much. It's really helped me find who I am as a person and to build up confidence.
People have more confidence. Kids are growing, and I don't mean this way, I mean here. And of course, whether they decide to do music, choreography, dance, be a writer or director, it's almost like we all, the faculty and I, and everybody who works here, are giving them the bigger gift, which is believe in yourself. Go forth in what your purpose is.
I have changed over the years, and each year I just got more confident with myself and trusting others, and This place really has grown in the best way possible, with all the people changing and having more confidence in themselves like me.
My favorite part about this camp is the relationships that you make with people. I mean, we talk all year, we have a group chat, and we like tell each other about performances. And I met my best friend who's here at the camp. She lives in California, and then I have some friends that go to Union and just different schools just around Oklahoma. It's really cool to have friends from different places.
To get my faculty together, you would think, oh no, it's going to be so hard. They all have either started with me, or most of them have repeated, or people are clamoring to come.
There have been a bunch of ways to go about acting and dancing and all the choreography that they've taught us that have just totally changed our minds on how to go about it, or just different ways to look at it, your point of view. Anything we did had to mean something, and that was probably the most educational thing that I found.
The Skype sessions are really cool because we get to talk to people who have more experience than we do, and we just get that extra leg up on like how to get started, what it's like being a Broadway star, and what you have to do. It's just really good to like talk to those people and be able to ask them questions because they're really educated.
I'm so lucky because a lot of my faculty, not just me stay in touch with the kids, but the faculty will too. We've written letters for them to go to college. We have some kids who are now in college doing music. And dare I say, in the future, if I don't have a Grammy winner, a Tony winner, an Emmy winner, and an Oscar winner, then something's up. Because I'm putting money down. Oh, let me rephrase that. I'm not a betting woman, but if I were, I'd put money on it.
I know that I want to be like her someday and just get my voice out there. So yeah, it's very inspiring, and it gives me reassurance that I can do the same.
I'm just so excited that we've been able to do year 5. So many camps don't make it past year 2. I can't wait for the 20th year.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
With kids, life is one big adventure. So you need a strong financial partner like TTCU Federal Credit Union. They're always ready to help. And every TTCU checking account comes with a School Pride debit card. Every time you use your card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account? Why not call it your living account? TTCU. Life is better in balance.
The AVB Bank Spotlight Series at the Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center is filled with Tony winners. The Color Purple, Finding Neverland, Tony winner and Oklahoma native Kelly O'Hara in concert, and celebrate the holidays with the legendary Kristen Chenoweth and Sandy Patty together in concert. For more information, visit brokenarrowpac.com or call 918-259-5778. The Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center and the Kristen Chenoweth Theater, bringing the world to Broken Arrow.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Welcome back to the 6A-1 quarterfinals halftime here in Broken Arrow with the Tigers trailing Union 14-7. Charlie Hanneman and Steve Spavital back with you. And Spav, what do you focus on at halftime if you're Broken Arrow here?
Well, adjustments for sure, because, you know, as Coach Alexander said prior to half, you know, the end of half was they had adjustments of some of the formations that we hadn't really prepared for. So that's something real crucial, is that we've got to get those things lined out, because we're playing good defense. We just have to bottle that quarterback up and fit some things properly, and we'll be okay. Offensively, we really need to learn how to execute here now. We've got to execute. We've got to basically control our penalties. We can't create any turnovers, but more importantly, our mental mistakes. There were several times we called timeouts because we were not ready. We were having confusion out there, so that's important for us to handle.
Total yards in the first half, Union with 201, 190 on the ground, 11 through the air. Broken Arrow 187, 140 on the ground, 47 through the air. Sanchez Banks 19 carries, 115 yards and a score, matched by Union. A.J. Green 10 carries, 128 yards and a score. Rovon Banks, the quarterback, 8 carries, 62 yards and a touchdown. Time of possession was fairly even. 11:02 for Union, 12:58 for BA. Tigers will kick to start the second half here. Let's go down to Ryan for more on Darian Moss.
Yeah, Darian Moss came out here, helmet and pads on. He did seem a little bit ginger walking around and looked like maybe a heating pad underneath on his left side, right underneath that rib cage. So I look to see him, but look out to see whether he's full 100% or not.
Ryan, thanks. Even having Darian Moss back at 80% would be huge for this Tiger defense. Tyler Crawford's left-footed kick is away and deep into the end zone. No return.
Good.
So Rovon Banks and the Union offense will start at their own 20. Glad you're with us here for the 6A-1 state quarterfinals.
This, I think, is a really important stoppage right here, because you're down 14-7. If we can stop them here in what I call this is the blue zone area here, where it's, they can't really create their whole playbook. If we can get a good stoppage here, this would be really fine, really good.
Rovon Banks in the pistol look here with 2 receivers to his right. He bobbles the snap and he'll just turtle on it. So Union loses 6 yards officially on first down. That's not a bad start.
No, perfect. This is perfect. This is what we want. Force them to punt out there. See, they can't run their entire playbook. You cannot have a turnover, minus yardage and stuff when you get into this, what I call the blue zone, when you're backed up into your area.
Union backed up at the 14-yard line, 2nd and 16. That Union offense is going to have to compete with the pride of Broken Arrow, playing loud down to that north end zone. 2nd and 16. Banks is going to roll right now, counter back left to A.J. Green. Tigers have it contained, bottled up, and big loss on the play again. Miles Slusher was the first man there to start the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and 1.5 miles for Union.
Nice. That's that same play where they had a lot of success on it last time. So as far as adjustments concerned, we have made them right now.
3rd and 21 from the 9-yard line. Isaiah Keller back in there at safety for the Tigers. Union will go 4 wides. 1 to the left, 3 to the right.
We're showing pressure.
Banks, quick hitter, incomplete. Kind of some subterfuge. It was looking for Mekhi Belt. He dropped it. Pearson dove in to try and catch it. Incomplete.
It's the same situation what we got into. You're open and you're trying to run before you catch it.
So Broken Arrow's defense forces a 3 and out, and you'd think that you'll bring the heat on this punt and see if you can get a block.
Yeah. Well, you're sitting here 4th and 20. This is huge for us.
Union runs a player on late.
Back them up. Now they're going to punt, and we're going to have the ball inside the 50-yard line. This is huge.
Keller has his toes at the 44. Stephen Forbes gets the punt away. It's short. Keller calls for the fair catch and makes it at the Union 42-yard line.
We fair catch too many punts. We need, with somebody like Keller back there, he needs to take a chance and go for it.
The winner of this one will face Norman or Owasso in the state semifinals next week. Owasso leads Norman 21-14 in the second quarter. The other 6A1 games, Jenks is up 21-zip on Mustang at the half, and Moore leads Santa Fe 20-14 at the half. Back here in BA, it's 14-7 Union, but the Tigers have the momentum. Jake Rains out of the gun on 1st and 10. Quick little screen to Keon Barnett on the smoke route, and that went nowhere.
Where are they going to mark? There you go. The official did a good job marking that.
Pretty much no gain there. Union had that one sniffed out.
I always worry about the officials on that, where they mark, the forward progress. But this is a really top officiating crew right here. So they did a great job marking that.
Officially, it's a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 from the 43. Special K for the first time tonight. Isaiah Keller takes the Wildcat snap. They're going to run to the left side with the lead blocker in front of him. Keller bounces off, has a seam 30, stretching toward the corner at the 20, inside the 20. They'll mark him out at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 30 and a First National Bank first down.
This is huge right here. What a great play. Great play. I tell you, he just sees it too. See him make a miss. He can make people miss. That's what makes him so good. It looks like he's just gliding. It doesn't even look like he's running.
Tigers in the Matt McCoy State Farm red zone for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 from the 13. Jake Rains out of the gun. He's going to have it to Sanchez Banks. Banks, stutter step inside the 10. Nice gain on first down to the 8-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Very nice. Just running inside power with it. Really nice run. Following his blocking. He didn't quite have the cutback lane there, but he pushed it and got himself 5 yards, and that's perfect.
That was the 20th carry of the night for Sanchez Banks. He's up to 120 yards. 7th 100-yard game of the season for the Tigers. Here's Rains out of the gun. They'll give it back to Sanchez. He's inside the 5, still rumbling. Has enough for the First National Bank first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Junior Smith on the tackle, the safety. He was the last man there.
That was kind of like a fear, the way he did it. We're running that zone, they're running it weak, and he just, that end had to close it, didn't close it quick enough. Got the first down.
There's a stoppage before this play. Let's go down to Ryan.
That's Trevor Burkhartsmeyer, slow to get up. You got me, Charlie? Yeah, Trevor Burkhartsmeyer, who's now down on the field. It looked like he was slow to get up, and it looked like the coaches just encouraged him to go ahead and take a knee. I didn't see any contact that happened on that play, but definitely something got tied up or something on last time, and he is on the field right now. And that's Trevor Burkhartsmeyer.
Ryan, thanks. That's the center for Broken Arrow. Looks like they're looking at his right side, right knee or right ankle.
Well, that kid's huge too. He's such a tremendous player for us. Center being is your position where you need your most athletic lineman, one that can really, because you think about it, he's got a man over top of him, he's got to snap the ball, he's got to make some decisions and move. He's the guy that leads it all. That's a huge loss if he's out.
And Trevor Burkhartsmeyer is a 3-year starter on the offensive line. He was right guard last year on the championship team, and they moved him over to center this year.
Correct.
Coach Alexander said specifically because Jenks and Union run these 3-man fronts. And so like you were talking about with the man right over the top, Coach Alexander and Rowdy Harper, the talented offensive line coach, thought that we needed an athlete right there in the middle, and that was Trevor Burkhartsmeyer.
It's hard to block somebody when you got one hand between your legs and then, the other hand out reaching for the guy. So it's very difficult. You have to have a certain type of an athlete. You got to have and Trevor is really a top-notch athlete. Being a 3-year starter as a lineman here at Broken Arrow, you've got to be a stud.
They're helping Burkhartsmeyer off, and you can tell that he's in some pain on that right side. Yeah, he's dwarfing Daniel Stewart as he helps him off, the head athletic trainer. Burkhartsmeyer, 6'1", 292 pounds, and just a great kid. So we'll hope for the best for him. Hunter Morris will take his place at center, and we're back ready to go here on 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Jake Rains under center, I formation, gives to Sanchez Banks, cuts it back toward the left, and he's in. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
Now that's the way to start the half. I tell you, you create a 3 and out. Really, it was a lot more than a 3 and out. You create a 4th and 20 situation. They had the punt out of their end zone. We had good field position, and we had a great drive in for a touchdown. The momentum has completely switched right now because of that fact.
Second touchdown of the game for the Sanchez Banks, and Broken Arrow had to scramble a lineman out there to take Trevor's spot on the PAT team here. Bryce Machota to hold, snap spot. Tyler Crawford's left-footed extra point, up and good. 8:38 to go, third quarter. We're tied at 14 in the 6A-1 quarterfinals. This is Broken Arrow football.
With kids, life is one big adventure. So you need a strong financial partner like TTCU Federal Credit Union. They're always ready to help. And every TTCU checking account comes with a School Pride debit card. Every time you use your card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account? Why not call it your living account? TTCU. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Broken Arrow. It was a 5-play, 42-yard drive. Took a minute, 44 seconds before Sanchez Banks scored from 2 yards out. That tied it at 14. It's the 14th touchdown of the season for Sanchez Banks. Tyler Crawford is ready to kick this off. And we will hope for another touchback and keep it out of the dangerous return game of Union. Crawford's kick is deep, and all the return team can do is look and watch that thing sail into the end zone. I know we talk about it throughout the year, but what a weapon Tyler Crawford is for this football team.
I'm kind of curious of how they do their kickoff. You know, Union's doing their kickoff return team because all their blockers up real shallow, and the return guys are real deep. So it's so hard to maintain a block for a long period of time. So I'm wondering why they're lined up that way. But who knows? That's why I'm not coaching.
1st and 10 Union at the 20. 8:38 to go, third quarter, tied at 14. Rovon Banks takes the snap, hands off left side. A.J. Green looking for a seam. Hit by Miles Slusher, and a great tackle by Slusher on the Union sideline after a gain of about 2.
We're doing a good job stretching it out is what we need to. You know, the first quarter, we were giving up some seams in there. Well, we've eliminated those seams, and we're forcing them to run straight to the sideline. Very nice.
2nd and 7 from the 23 coming here. Banks takes the snap, hands off to A.J. Green again. No, he's going to throw it. Banks overthrew it, looking for Trent DeSmet. Machota gave him a little bump, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and 7.
It's hard to run a bootleg on us because we force it so hard. That's in Coach Hill's playbook there. He wants to make sure when you sprint out or when you bootleg, we're going to send somebody at you right now and not give you the option of running the football.
3rd down and 7 from the 23. Union is 0 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. Kyler Pearson goes in motion right to left. Play clock down to 3. Banks takes the snap, happy feet, back to pass. Now looking for Pearson's got it. Enough for the first down. Out of bounds, right at the sticks, right at the 30 is where they're going to spot him.
You know, I thought there was a lot of confusion going on out there, but apparently not. I guess they were trying to confuse me. So, you know, they were shifting, moving, talking with each other, and then threw a little quick quick out to Pearson.
First catch of the game for Pearson. It's a gain of 7, enough for a first down. 1st and 10 Union at the 30. Banks out of the gun, quarterback keeper left side. Toward the Union sideline, he'll get 4, maybe 5. Torrance Ingram was over there on the tackle, so is Marion Horn.
See, what makes this tough is if you can get that 4 or 5 yards there, you're keeping time off the clock and you're advancing the football. You're getting first downs. Getting first downs is so important. It gives you the possession time, field position. You know, you control critical situations.
2nd and 6. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Pearson motion left to right. Banks takes the snap. They're going to go reverse to Pearson around the left side. He's got a little bit of room, enough for a first down before he's forced out of bounds right into that Union bench at the 43. Union tried to get tricky. It was enough for a first down up to the 43-yard line.
You know, those plays are always hard to defend on teams like us that pursue the football so hard.
And it's a lot easier to see from up high.
Yeah.
We could see it coming, but down on the field, it's tough.
They're not going to make a living doing it. You just got to chase them down. Make them snap the ball again. That's what we're doing.
1st and 10 from the Union 43. Pearson goes in motion again, this time to the right.
They're moving
Banks
them around a lot.
Back to throw, under pressure. He just has to get rid of it. The little throwback to the tailback, Green. He's got it, though. Green shakes off a tackle to the 20, to the 10. He's going to walk in. A touchdown pass to A.J. Green, and Union is back in front.
A little trickery there, throwing the back out. They faked the back. They just ran a zone play, and the back just kept running. You know, kind of like a wheel route into the boundary, and caught it.
2 missed tackles for Broken Arrow and a 57-yard touchdown catch by A.J. Green. Stephen Forbes is on for the PAT to try and make it a 7-point game. High snap, Pearson gets it down. Forbes the extra point, up and good. 6:40 to go in the third. Union 21, Broken Arrow 14. And Spav, we saw that play the first time these two teams met, if you'll remember, and there was a big drop. I think it might have even been Banks,
that's right.
who was at running back, who made that drop, and that would have been a touchdown for Union. It was there.
Right.
They just dropped it. That time, it was there again, and A.J. Green did a little more after the catch and goes 57 yards to the house.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is he made some extra moves. It's not like it wasn't defended. What it was the fact that we missed tackles. You know, when you face a team like this, you know, a good football team, well coached in the playoffs, you know, bad things are going to happen. You just have to chase it down, make them snap the ball again. And, you know, it's how you react to after an adversity. But the whole thing is you got to chase things down, keep things underneath, and make sure you make them snap the ball again.
The scoring drive for Union, 6 plays, 80 yards, a minute 58. A 57-yard touchdown catch by A.J. Green, and it's 21-14. The 8th touchdown pass of the season for Rovon Banks. Torrey Dillard, Miles Slusher, Marion Horn back deep to return. This is a low driving kick. It hits at the 20. Almost rolled out of bounds. Slusher fields it at the 13. He's going to stretch it back middle of the field. Has room. Slusher has room to the 30. Ball comes free, and it will fall out of bounds.
Whew, thank goodness.
Union.
Gosh.
26, Shane Fields stripped it from Slusher. Spav, you might have thought about just letting that go out of bounds and take it at the 35.
I know, man. I'm telling you. But he had the chance of making it go all the way. Just had one guy.
And Fields came all the way across the formation with Slusher. Stripped that thing away. Luckily, it bounces out of bounds. The Tigers survive, and they'll start the drive at their own 31-yard line. 6:27 to go here in the third. Union leading Broken Arrow 21-14. Raines out of the gun. They'll hand it off to Sanchez Banks. Up the middle he goes, following the lead block of Andrew Rain. He'll get up to the 34.
You know, what a neat play is, you know, they're pulling Rame up the hole in there. Not too many times you pull the front side tackle in that case. Front side tackle, wrap him underneath. But the whole point is even though we missed a little block on a down block, we got 3 or 4 yards, and that's what you want. You're getting positive yardage.
131 yards on the night now for Sanchez Banks. 2nd and 7 coming here. Raines is going to give it to him again. That one was bottled up. He gets to the 35. Let's go down to Ryan.
Yeah, just an update. You'll notice starting center Trevor Burkhartsmeyer not in the game. Hunter Morris is playing for him right now. As of right now, it looks like Trevor is actually walking on his own 2 feet, has his helmet and pads on, is walking around right now. Also, just to note, Miles Slusher was slow to come off the field. It looked like he may have just cramped up or something, but I'll keep an eye on that as well.
Ryan, thank you. Hunter Morris did start a couple games at left guard, so he does have some seat time, but these are his first reps at center this year. 3rd and 6 coming here from the 36-yard line. Raines back to pass, has a running back out of the backfield. It was Sanchez Banks, and he overthrew it. He threw it too high.
Almost ended up catching it, too.
Sanchez tried to make the catch, tipped it up in the air, and it falls incomplete. So the Tigers will have to punt.
Now, here's where we got to be careful. Are they going to put pressure on the punt? We got to be careful. The good thing about our punter is he can delay it. He's a rugby-style punter. He can, it looks like he's going to run with the ball half the time. But you can see them overloading his foot.
Tigers changing some of the gunners here. They're going to move Marion Horn. No, that's Barnett that comes over to the left side. Kyler Pearson's waiting for this at his 35. Snap back to Crawford. Union does not bring pressure. This is a great punt from Crawford. Pearson sprinting back. It's going to check up at the 5. He fields it at the 4. Pearson now makes a move, spins, and he's going to be swallowed up and brought down. Great coverage. That was Darian Moss on the tackle. There's a flag on the play at the Union 45-yard line, but holy smokes, did Tyler Crawford flip the field.
Great punt, you bet. And that is huge right there. That is such a weapon to have a punt that just changed the whole field.
That was almost a 60-yard punt.
Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful punt. Kicked it over his head. And it's so dangerous. He's such a dangerous return guy, punt returner. And we had great coverage on it.
They have it spotted at the 8. Ronnie Robinson talking with his line judge. 4:51 to go here in the 3rd. Union leading Broken Arrow 21-14 in the 6A-1 quarterfinals. It's a hold on Union. Ronnie Robinson's going to go over and talk to Coach Alexander and see how exactly this works here. A lot of discussion, Fro.
Yeah,
run-of-the-mill hold on a punt.
Where are we at on the 8 or 9 yard line? So they're going to bring it to
during the kick. We have holding. The penalty administered half the distance to the goal for Union.
So it's essentially a 4-yard penalty, but it backs Union up 1st and 10 from their own 4.
Yeah, this is what we want. We want them to punt out of the end zone again. Because you have to understand, they do not have their entire playbook in right now.
They give it to A.J. Green. Green gets out of the shadow of the goal line. Zeno Marcaselli will bring him down at the 10. Quick hitter there. It was a little bit of a crease. And man, A.J. Green does not need a whole lot of room, and Union has a lineman slow to get up, but the umpire will help him to his feet. Play goes on.
Now, Green just can find that hole, and he hits. The thing that impresses me with him is he accelerates in the hole.
Score update now. Owasso up 35-14 in the 2nd. Jenks up 28-7 in the 3rd. Moore still leads Santa Fe 20-14. 2nd down 4 from the Union 10. 4:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Banks keeps it himself up the middle, has a seam. Banks at the 20. Banks has all sorts of room across the 50. Tigers trying to catch him. It'll be Corey Williams that finally brings him down at the Broken Arrow 26-yard line.
That's the way to chase him down.
Banks is slow to get up, but after a 64-yard run. Corey Williams got him on a great open field tackle, and Rovon Banks is now slow to get up. He's a little frustrated, trying to swat the water bottle away from the athletic training staff. That's Dan Newman out there.
Looks like cramps. You know, again, this is one of those cool nights because it's like 40 degrees out there right now, and when it's cold like that, you have a tendency not to drink as much fluid as you need to.
Dan Newman and Jacob Newby will attend to Rovon Banks. It looks like cramps just by the rub down they're giving him on his calves.
But what a great play, you know, by Corey Williams to chase that thing down.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to the house.
Well, the whole point is I know they got a big play. Here's what we're talking about. They have the adversity. You know, they had a big play. We stopped. We tackled them, and now we're making them snap the ball again. You're not giving up a cheap score.
Rovon Banks is making his way off the field, trying to see who Union's going to go to. Well, likely will be J.D. Geneva. Trent DeSmet has a few reps at quarterback, but not many. Geneva started the year as the quarterback, moved in from Coweta, threw for 2,500 and change last year at Coweta, 31 touchdowns. That was the second best season in Coweta history. Actually played for Tim Holt Jr., who came over as Broken Arrow special teams coordinator. It's Geneva they're going to go with here on the quarterback at 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Clock running, 3:45 to go in the third. Union leading 21-14. They hand this one off to A.J. Green, and Green is popped by Slusher and brought down after a couple. Let's go down to Ryan Wyckoff with more on Darian Moss.
Yeah, you may have noticed Darian Moss is not in the field right now. Actually, as I was walking over here, he came off the field in some obvious pain. That same injury, something on his right side, so he's out of the game.
Right, thanks. 2nd down 7 coming here from the 23-yard line. J.D. Geneva still the quarterback for Union. Hands it off to A.J. Green, right side. Zeno Marcaselli was right there. Nice tackle by Zeno after about a yard.
That was a great tackle. You know, the thing is, he's just waiting on the bounce out, and he hit the bounce out. The back needs to cut it back underneath is what he needs to do. But they're having a tendency wanting to bounce things, and it's hard to bounce it on Zeno.
A.J. Green on the night, 15 carries, 137 yards rushing, and the score has that one catch for a touchdown as well. 3rd down and 5 from the 21-yard line. The Union leading Broken Arrow 21-14, 2.5 to go in the third. J.D. Geneva still the quarterback with Rovon Banks on the sideline injured. Counter play to Green. Tigers have it bottled up. It was Zeno back there again. They'll mark him down at the 20. It'll be 4th down and about 4.
Zeno's playing well. I tell you what, that young man is playing well.
And decision time for Coach Fred. It'll be 4th down and 4 from the 20. Don't say the field goal team's coming on. Stephen Forbes is coming on.
I could see a field goal right here, but you know, like we talked before, you know, the ball was a lot.
This would be a 37-yarder. His long is a 38-yarder. Missed from 41 yards earlier tonight. So now he's 4 of 6 on the season. And now Coach Fredericks all the way out past the numbers. He must be calling a timeout. There it is. Timeout, Fred. I was going to say, he's darn near the huddle.
Yeah, better be a timeout.
Looked like half the offense was on the field and the field goal team was out there at the same time. Let's go down to Ryan.
I'll tell you what, on that play, I think both teams are a little confused. They saw a lot of personnel. I think we had 4 different guys go in and out on Broken Arrow's sideline. And, you know, something to notice, and Coach, you tell me what you think here. It looks like you got like a small package and a big package. Tolbert and Barwig have been switching out about every other play.
Yeah, they're trying to change personnel up a little bit there on the defensive line.
Well, I'll tell you what's huge right here is Williams making that tackle.
Yes.
And making him snap the ball again, and now you're 4th and 4. You could have, you know, he could have just let it go and they scored a touchdown on it, but no, he chased it down. Now they're going to kick a field goal.
This will be a 37-yarder. Snap, spot. The hold is good. The kick from Forbes has the distance, and it's through. 1:29 to go in the third. Union takes a 10-point lead, 24-14 our score. This is Broken Arrow football.
(1982) was a year of overcoming adversity for the Tigers. After starting the year with a victory over Sand Springs, the rest of the season produced a series of disappointing losses to Memorial, Jenks, McLean, and Muskogee. But there's no quit in the Tigers, as team leaders Bill Zachary, Ronnie Hill, and David Alexander helped the team rise to the occasion and beat East Central to go 5-5 for the year. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
1:29 to go in the third quarter. Union 24, Broken Arrow 14, but the announcer just cracked the rally Snickers, courtesy of spotter Dusty Dildine, so who knows what could come here. 7 Forbes ready to kick this away for Union, and that falls into the end zone. No return. Tigers will start at the 20.
Still no win out here, so it's just a great football game out there. It's 40 degrees, a little chilly, but there's no wind. Really a perfect night. It's playoff weather. We have to do something offensively right now. We may need to pull out the special K formation, do something.
Trevor Burkhartsmeyer's back in at center. That's good to see.
Yes.
Jake Raines will start this drive out of the gun with Sanchez Banks to his right. They move Keon Barnett in the slot left. Hand off to Banks. Union crashed hard on that one and went nowhere.
Yeah, they bring in a backer plus moving the line. You know, run this. They're slanting the line to the field and then brought a backer in there.
.105 to go in the third. I formation here on second down 10.
Oh, play
fake.
action.
Raines has time, sets up, going deep, looking for Keller. Keller hauls it in for the catch.
God, does that kid amazing? He's just flat amazing.
It's a gain of 36 down to the 44. First National Bank first down.
All right, we have unleashed Keller because that cat is just amazing.
Chauncey Andrews had pretty good coverage.
I know.
Keller just went up and made the play.
You know, some people just have that knack of going up after the ball. He does.
Third catch of the night. He's got 83 yards.
Oh, flipped a tight end around. See, we got tackle over to a tight end.
They give it to Sanchez Banks with all sorts of blockers.
Nice.
Banks bounces off the first tackler, gets to the 40. 19 seconds to go, third quarter. That might have been the last play of the third. We'll see.
That was pretty cool. Did you see him shift Raim over to a tight end?
They just tried to sneak Machota out there in the slot. Keep an eye on that. Third quarter comes to an end. Broken Arrow with the ball, down 10, 24-14. 12 minutes left in the Class 6A-1 quarterfinals. This is Broken Arrow football.
The ABB Bank Spotlight Series at the Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center is filled with Tony winners. The color purple, Finding Neverland, Tony winner and Oklahoma native Kelly O'Hara in concert, and celebrate the holidays with the legendary Kristen Chenoweth and Sandy Patty together in concert. For more information, visit BrokenArrowPAC.com or call 918-259-5778. The Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center and the Kristen Chenoweth Theater, bringing the world to Broken Arrow.
With kids, life is one big adventure. So you need a strong financial partner like TTCU Federal Credit Union. They're always ready to help. And every TTCU checking account comes with a School Pride debit card. Every time you use your card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account, why not call it your living account? TTCU, life is better in balance.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow. 12 minutes to go in the 6A-1 quarterfinals. Charlie Hannibal, Steve Spavital, and Ryan Wyckoff with you here on Arrow Vision and 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal. 24-14 Union, our score. Tigers with the ball, 2nd and 6 from the Union 40. 3 receivers right for BA. Raines, play fake, sets up, has a man wide open. Nice catch by Bryce Machota. Machota is going to stretch to the end zone, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at like the 1-inch line.
See, you knew they spotted him in there.
They must have had Machota seriously on the sideline at like the inch line.
Yes.
But what a play. They snuck Machota kind of as a tight
He's
end
a tackle.
away from the trips. Now they're going to say he was in. Well, wow. Delayed signal, but hey, touchdown Broken Arrow.
Quick score. That's what we needed.
Tyler Crawford, left-footed extra point, is through. We'll take another break. 11:47 to go. It's interesting now. 24-21. This is Broken Arrow football.
The Tigers of 1999 closed out the century with a 7-5 record. Rebounding from a shaky start to the season, the Tigers, led by junior Mickey Nickel and spirited senior Tyler Wellhausen, finished strong, going 5-2 in their last 7 games, including a thrilling 34-21 victory over the OSSAA Rams in the playoffs, where sophomore running back Keith Jacobs set a single-game rushing record. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Here's another look at the touchdowns in Bryce Machota. They slipped him right out, kind of a little delay, and he was gone. It was a one-handed catch, a stretch for it. And let's watch as he goes down the sideline. Tiptoed, he knocked that pylon down, and I think it's the right call that it was a touchdown.
Yeah, I think so too. I thought at one time it could have been a tackle eligible. They stuck him in as a tight end, which is really nice.
This kick returnable for the first time. Kyler Pearson angling back toward the Broken Arrow sideline. He's going to get across the 20 to about the 25. See where they get him spotted here. Maybe they'll give him to the 26. 11:38 to go in the game. It's now a 3-point game, 24-21, Union in front. This one has been a great one. If you're just joining us, Tigers scored right off the bat, 2-play drive. Union answered with a big play. Broken Arrow threw an interception, and Union took advantage on the next play. That's how we got to 14-7. It's been all over the place. Robon Banks checks back in now after some cramping after a 60-plus yard run on Union's last drive that ended in a field goal. They give it to A.J. Green out of the backfield. Up the middle he goes. Across the 30 to the 31, gain of 5. Brandon Barwick made that tackle for the Tigers. It's halftime in Owasso. The Rams lead Norman 42-14. That one got out of hand in a hurry. It was 21-14.
Yeah, I know. It's close.
Moore is putting it on Santa Fe, 27-14 in the third, and Jenks is running away from Mustang, 41-7 in the third. Back here at BA, 24-21. Handoff up the middle to A.J. Green again. He gets to the 35. Kewan Tolbert made the tackle, just one of the few tackles Tolbert's been able to make this year as he's battled a high ankle sprain all year long as well.
You know, those things are so hard to come back from.
Quick to the line here for Union. 3rd and 1 from the 35. They sneak it. Flag flies, I think. Union didn't have enough guys on the line as Kyler Pearson and 15, Jaden Lipsey are discussing some things.
Yeah.
Fred was trying to say he wanted a timeout. There's a flag down, though. We'll see what happens.
Broken Arrow. First.
Oh, so they just called timeout?
So timeout charged to Broken Arrow. Coach Alexander.
Well, he saw the tempo.
Saw the quickie, yeah.
And that's good. That was a good call by us. Because first of all, you never know if we lined up properly with the tempo, because you can always give up a big play if you're not aligned soundly.
Let's go down to the field and Ryan.
Yeah, I'll tell you, so there was a flag on the play. Coach Alexander came out and was calling a timeout. But if that play would have gone through, I don't know that was almost a fumble. The tailback behind the quarterback almost pressed him into the line and almost popped that ball out. So it's probably good for Union in many ways that Coach A called that timeout.
Ryan, thanks. 3rd down and 1 coming out of the timeout here. Line of scrimmage is the 36-yard line officially. Nose of the ball. The back, I guess the tail end of the ball is right on the 35-yard line. Line to gain is the 36. 3rd down and 1. Tight formation here. They're going to sneak it. I don't think they got it. It's close. Depends on which official they go with. And now they get closer to the pile. They're going to give it to him. 1st down Union. You always love watching the receivers that do the big 1st down point that are like 700 yards away from the play and can't see a thing.
I know.
But hey.
I know.
I mean,
that's
I'd be doing the same thing if I was out there. You just watch it from up here and you go, what are you doing?
To me, that was an interesting call, just trying to get a quarterback sneak and push it. Because the quarterback's going underneath the center, and he doesn't do that very often.
Banks out of the gun here, 1st and 10. They give it to A.J. Green, stretching it right side.
Good defense
Corey
right there.
Williams was in there to trip him up.
Corey did a good job defending that.
Still found a way to get a couple up to the 40. 2nd and about 8.
One thing about our team, our safeties and corners can tackle. Good Lord, they're good. They're great open field tacklers.
10 minutes to go in the game. Union leading Broken Arrow 24-21. Union breaks the huddle. Rovon Banks out of the gun. A.J. Green, the tailback, will start to his left. Banks takes the snap, reads it, keeps it himself, and the Tigers had that one swallowed up. Brandon Barwick was in there, Torrance Ingram too. Another 3rd down and long coming here for Union. BA had that one sniffed out.
You know, the one guy we don't talk enough about is that Torrance Ingram. He is just playing super football. God, he's tough in there. He does a really good job.
Isaiah Keller in the game at safety for Broken Arrow on this 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8 from the 39-yard line. Rovon Banks back to pass under pressure. He's going to be sacked. Jalen Moss got him from the backside.
Oh, that was huge. Man. I thought he was going to escape out there. You don't want him out in open space.
Moss did a great job to shake off his block and catch Rovon Banks right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 4th and 8 coming here, and Union has to punt.
This is a great job because, you know, we scored quick going into the 4th quarter. Now we got a 3, you know, we don't have a 3 and out, but we've got
Timeout, Broken Arrow. They're 2nd.
Timeout, Tigers on a punt return, and Coach Alexander is counting guys, tapping them on the helmet, so must be some sort of too many, and you can't have that happen in the quarterfinals.
Okay, so now they're going to force to punt the ball. We can get the ball pretty good field position here, and we got plenty of time to score. We have the momentum, and that's what we got. That's what we have to account for, is that momentum.
Stephen Forbes will punt this away for Union. Isaiah Keller is going to wait for it. Forbes gets the punt away. It's a deep one. Keller fields it, backpedaling at the 24.
Nice.
Makes the first man miss. Now another man miss at the 30. 35, stretching back toward that Union sideline. They'll bring him down at the 37, but a nice return by Isaiah Keller.
God, I'm so glad he didn't fair catch it. He's such a dangerous threat back there.
Broken Arrow Tiger football on Arrowvision and 97.1 FM Sports Animal, brought to you all year long by our One Club partners, TTCU, Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, Tulsa Bone and Joint, and St. John Broken Arrow. Thank you all for your support throughout the season. First down and 10.
Oh, now we moved everybody over.
Jake Raines under center, gives it to Sanchez Banks.
Same
nice
play.
cut back there outside of the hash there. Banks gets to the 44, gain of 6.
See, that's what we did on the first play of the game, or the second play, when we scored on it.
Edmond Santa Fe has scored to cut it to 27-21 on the other side. Marion Horn is checked in at tailback, replacing Sanchez Banks. Banks on the night, 142 yards and 2 scores. It's his 4th highest total so far. Jake Raines, play fake, rolls.
Oh, they're going to
right,
throw the wheel
sets
with
up,
him.
Firing the wheel to Marion Horn. Horn hauls it in to the 20, to the 10, to the house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. The Tigers take the lead.
There we go. That's 2 wheel routes we've got. We've got we got a tight end delay sneaking in, a different player. Then you sneak Marion Horn in your tailback and run a wheel route with him. Fabulous.
It's a 56-yard touchdown catch by Marion Horn. And it's
right on the money,
27-24. Credit Jake Raines, too, for standing in there because he took a shot.
And threw it right on the money.
Snap, spot, Tyler Crawford, extra point, good. 7:29 to go, Broken Arrow 28, Union 24. If we can take another look at that touchdown when you guys have a chance over there on Arrowvision, Raines really took a shot late in the throw, but man, he put that one right on the screws.
We were down by 10 just starting the 4th quarter.
Watch Raines here, boom.
Right on the money, a wheel route there. See, what a mismatch. You've got Marion Horn out there as your tailback running a wheel route. And then you got Josh Frederick trying to cover him. No way. No way you can do that. The difference of athleticism is just unbelievable.
28-24 our score, 7:29 to go in the 4th. Winner of this one will take on likely Owasso. Quickly down to Ryan.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jake Raines may have gotten hit, but he came off the field quick. He wanted to celebrate with his team. I think he high-fived, celebrated, had a handshake with about 50% of the guys on the field.
I love it. Thanks, Ryan. That's the 17th touchdown pass of the year for Jake Raines. First catch for Marion Horn. 2-play, 62-yard drive in 50 seconds. Crawford will kick this away. Pearson and A.J. Green back deep to return.
Well, at that one momentum change at the start, it's really created a real difference in the game for us. Going into the 4th quarter, 10 points behind, and now we're leading by 4 with 7:29 left. That is huge.
Kick off into the end zone for the touchback. 1st and 10 Union at the 20-yard line. Kyler Pearson, I don't want to jinx it, but Spab, he hasn't done anything.
No.
1 catch, 7 yards, 2 carries, 9 yards. Tigers have had his number.
Well, that's the whole thing is we know where he's lined up. You notice they're motioning him a lot. They're trying to do some things with him. The only thing they try to do is the one pass and then the reverse with him.
1st and 10 Union. Rovon Banks is back to pass. Sets up. Now he's looking for Pearson. He overthrew him. Pearson was there, though. Airmailed it.
Yeah, they just can't throw the ball very well is their problem.
He got between Slusher and Machota there on the, I guess, what is that, the deep third? Deep middle?
Yeah, he just ran that thin post.
Incomplete. Banks, 3 of 7 passing for 75 yards. Almost all of them came on that 59-yard wheel route.
Well, the whole thing is they're trying to go for the win right now.
Banks, flag before the snap. False start on Union. Here's Ronnie Robinson.
Well, start, play, false start number 3. 5-yard penalty, second.
Got every other word there, but it was enough for you to tell there was a false start on Union. 4th penalty of the night for Union. 34 yards.
Well, my opinion on what Union should be doing is they threw the football on first down, which is crazy, and then they get illegal procedure. You got 7 minutes left. Get first downs and drive the ball. You're only down by 4.
Trips left. Banks back to pass. Goes to Mekhi Belt. That's caught at the 25. Isaiah Keller, I think, made the tackle. Keller and Torrance Ingram got to the 25. It'll be 3rd and 5. 7 minutes to go. 28-24. Broken Arrow leading as the Tigers try and fire up the home fans. Union 2 of 8 on 3rd down. This would be a big stop. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Rovan Banks out of the gun. Takes the snap.
Pressure.
Tigers bring the heat. Pass. Overthrow. Intercepted. Intercepted. The Tigers have it. It's Machota at the 20, at the 15, and forced out of bounds deep in Union territory.
2 flags.
We got 2 flags on the play. Let's see what we've got.
What a great play by Machota. You know, I've already told you Stud is his middle name.
Whew. Ronnie Robinson and the officiating crew are talking about this one.
Well, I tell you what, the whole thing is Pearson was open, he overthrew him, and Machota was right there.
Did Pearson get a hand on it or a fingertip, or did it just go right to Machota?
I don't know. It looked like he didn't touch the ball.
He went up
but
for
he
it.
went
to try
up
and make
for
a
it. Yeah,
play,
he went up for it, but
I couldn't tell when the flags came in if there's one maybe on
here's
the
a
return.
replay
Here's Banks.
Let's see.
Firing. I don't think he touched
No,
it at all.
I don't think he did. You know, he had the first down. But
here's Ronnie Robinson. Big call here.
We have 2 fouls on the play, both against the D. We have a hold during the return. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, hands to the face. 15-yard penalty.
Gosh.
So hands to the face, the call on the Tigers. Union will keep the ball.
Oh, gosh.
And pick up a first down.
Well, what Union needs to do, and I don't want to tell them what to do, is they need to quit trying to throw the football because they're not very good at it. Now, if they want, they've got 6:30 left, and they can try to get a first down. Try to win the battle of first downs.
After the penalty, 1st and 10 from the 34. The handoff, A.J. Green, right side. Green has a cutback lane across the 50, carrying a tackler on his back, and Green gets all the way across the 50 to the Broken Arrow 40-yard line. 26 yards and another Union first down.
Well, unfortunately, that's what I didn't want them to do, but I knew that's what they should have been doing.
6:04 to go. Broken Arrow 28, Union 24. Kyler Pearson motion, take the jet sweep. They give it to Green up the middle. Hit at the line. He's going to fight forward for a couple. Near side left on the hash. It was Jalen Moss on the tackle. The line judge has him marked to the 32. Check that, 37. So that would be a gain of 3.
I tell you, as much motion as Pearson's doing, they're probably going to hand it off to him in the jet sweep here pretty soon.
They faked it on that one.
I know. They've been faking it all game. The only thing they've given him the ball is that reverse. Now, we got to be careful because you get lackadaisy on your adjustments.
2nd and 7 from the Broken Arrow 37-yard line. Rovan Banks, quarterback power, right side, cutback lane. Banks has a seam at the 20, at the 10, finally spun down inside the 10-yard line, and Union
cramps again.
Is knocking on the door.
He's got cramps again. Well, that was quite impressive because what they did is they put the formation into the boundary, and then they motioned a guy from the boundary to the field and then ran the quarterback. What they were trying to do is create an extra person or an extra man, which actually creates another gap to the field. And in essence, what happened is they just had a little seam there. He found it.
It's a gain of 31 yards down to the Broken Arrow 6. Union will have it first and goal as trainer Dan Newman helps Rovon Banks to his feet, but he's wobbly. Man, that cramp must really be painful. He's kind of hobbling. He's trying to shake it loose, but you can just tell he's hurting.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it right now. It's just get plenty of water in there, but that's not going to solve the issue. It's got to be solved like on Monday.
Pickle juice and a banana.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd see Geneva. He came in the last time there were cramps, and they just ran it. Geneva is the quarterback for Union here. First and goal from the 6-yard line. 5:04 to go. Broken Arrow leading 28-24.
Now here's where we need to get tough defensively, because now we don't have a quarterback and run with the football.
A.J. Green takes the handoff here. Tigers
nice.
had him bottled up in the backfield, and Darian Moss will force him out of bounds.
Good
Loss
job,
of a few on the play. The angle is tough. I think they got him out at the 8. Take a look at this again. They ran the zone read, but it's not effective with Geneva when they know that they're going to just be giving it to the halfback.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's huge when the quarterback can run the ball. And right now, you know he can't, so you can just isolate on him.
Second and goal from the 8-yard line. 4:43 to go. Broken Arrow 28, Union 24. This has been a dandy.
Pearson in the backfield. There he goes.
They split Pearson out. They give it. No, they throw it. J.D. Geneva threw it over the middle, and Slusher knocked it away. Woo! Good coverage by Miles Slusher. That was a nice little play, though.
Yeah, it looked like it hit him right in the chest. Did he just drop it, or did Slusher make a play on it?
I think Slusher knocked it away.
Threw the ball really well. Threw the ball in there. You see a lot of that in college right now, that play action, throwing that slant route in there.
Third and goal from the 8-yard line. Union is 2 of 8 on third down tonight. Single receiver left, 3 to the right. This is Rovon Banks back in the game. They go counter to A.J. Green, and Green stretches for the goal line, and he's in.
Wow, what a good run. Gosh.
Touchdown, Union.
We got plenty of time. We just don't need to panic. We can score very quickly now.
They had trips right, ran everybody right, countered it back to the left. A.J. Green stretched out and got in. An 8-yard touchdown. The second of the game for Green on the ground. He's also got a touchdown catch. Big extra point coming here from Stephen Forbes. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it's good. 4:31 to go in the game. Union back in front, 31-28. Tigers will get the ball when we come back. This is Broken Arrow football.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
.431 to go here in the quarterfinals. Charlie Spabb and Ryan with you from Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. Union leading BA 31-28. Kick is away from Forbes.
We're going to get a return here.
It's returnable.
Yes,
Torrey Dillard
yes.
hauls it in at the 3.
Yes.
Dillard Gets right to the 20, maybe the 21. Nice coverage by Union.
Oh, man, I thought we had a little seam there. I thought it closed quick. I thought we had it. I love when he gets the ball, though, man. Anything can happen.
Tigers have scored on each of their last 2 drives. Touchdown catch by Bryce Machota and a touchdown catch by Marion Horn. So Jay Wilkinson and the offensive staff dialing up all sorts of stuff tonight.
Now, the whole thing is we've got 4 minutes and 23 seconds left. Take our time, get a first down, and let's go.
1st and 10 from the 21. Raines gives to Sanchez Banks. Banks cuts it up. That was 65. Mason Givens on the tackle. That guy's huge. Got to the 24. Second and 7 coming here.
Come on now, get a first down now. We need to get a first down. Get some good yardage here.
Single receiver left, 2 right. Raines takes the shotgun snap, back to pass. Has time, sets up, looking deep down the middle. It's Torrey Dillard. Dillard's got it in Union territory. First National Bank first down to the 38-yard line.
Atta baby. God, I tell you what, they can't cover anybody in the thin post.
Torrey Dillard moved over from Union. Big catch from him inside Union territory. 1st and 10 BA at the Union 38. 3:30 to go. Broken Arrow down 3, 31-28. Special K for the Tigers. Isaiah Keller out of the Wildcat. They're going to run right. Keller with Banks in front of him. Union's got this sniffed out. Flag, did a flag come in or not? Chauncey Andrews on the tackle. I thought I saw something fly, but no. Nice job by Union to defend that. Give him Keller about a yard, 2nd and 9.
God, what a threat having him with the ball. That young man is just ice.
2:53 to go now. 2nd and 9 from the Union 37-yard line. Keller ready for the direct snap. He'll take it. Keller, quarterback run here. Flag is on the play. It looks like a face mask coming here. Now there's 4 flags in. Every official on the field threw one except for the head linesman on the far side.
Yeah, I think we saw him twist around a little bit on that one.
When 80% of the officiating crew throws a flag in the same spot, that was pretty black and white. Here's the call from Ronnie Robinson.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. 15 yards, touchdown.
5th penalty on the night for Union. That's a big one. Gets the Tigers inside the Matt McCoy State Farm red zone to the 18-yard line. Clock running, 2:30 to go here in the quarterfinals. Union leading Broken Arrow 31-28, but the Tigers on the move. Isaiah Keller out of the Wildcat. Goes right. Has a seam at the 15. Tripped up inside the 15 at the 13.
Yeah, it still had a 5-yard gain.
I think it was Will Thomas on the tackle, but Keller gets down to the 13.
You know, running that to the nub side end, into the boundary, that's tough to defend there. Because you got an extra blocker there too. So when he runs the football, he just glides and finds that opening.
Jake Raines under center. Takes the snap, gives to Sanchez Banks. Banks
nice.
Has a little seam, cut back inside the 5. First National Bank, first down, and it's 1st and goal, Broken Arrow.
God, that was nice. A little cross blocked in there. We're kind of running at what they call a nasty slot. We took that inside slot guy and just caved him down in like a trap, just kind of trapped it.
Union has a player down. I think it's 10, Chauncey Andrews. He's their leader in interceptions with 3. Clock stopped with 1:41 to go. It'll be 1st and goal, Tigers at the 4-yard line. What a game here in the Class 6A-1 quarterfinals.
Gosh.
Winner of this one will go on to play Owasso. The Rams are up 48-14 in the third quarter over Norman. They'll move to 11-0. Moore leads Edmond Santa Fe 34-28 in the fourth. That would be an upset. And Jinx has poured it on Mustang 55-14 in the third. Semifinals next Friday at a neutral site to be determined, and then the state championship game will be on December 7th at 8 o'clock at the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond. They help Chauncey Andrews off the field. We've seen a lot of Union folks have cramping issues on this field the last couple of years, haven't we?
I know.
Noah Cortez was here earlier. I assume he's still down on the Tiger sideline. This is kind of that time in the game last year where Cortez had that big run right into the jungle. See if Sanchez Banks can do that this year. Clock winds. 1:36 to go. First and goal, Broken Arrow. Jake Raines under center with the I formation. Mitchell Banning is the fullback. Sanchez Banks the tailback. Raines being deliberate.
We're going to give the ball to the fullback.
Raines is just going to push it forward on a quarterback sneak. He gets down to the 2. 1:13 to go, and now time starts to be a factor. Union has 2 timeouts left. 1 minute to go in the 6A-1 quarterfinals. Broken Arrow down 31-28, but knocking on the door. Second and goal at the 3-yard line. Tigers break the huddle. Jake Raines under center. Takes the snap, gives to Sanchez Banks. Banks has a seam, and Banks is in! Touchdown, Broken Arrow! The Tigers take the lead with 39 seconds to go.
Yes. That is awesome. Good clock management by Coach Alexander there. It's really good bringing the time down. It's like you didn't want to score too quick.
Third touchdown of the night for Sanchez Banks. Tyler Crawford's trying to make it a 4-point game, so Union needs a touchdown. Bryce Machota will hold. Snap, spot, Crawford. Money. 39 seconds left. Broken Arrow 35, Union 31. This is Broken Arrow football.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow is known for offering nice deals on a great selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, but we don't stop there. Matthews Ford helps to keep your vehicle running right in the quick lane. Tires, brakes, batteries, oil service, you name it, the factory-trained experts at Quick Lane can handle it, and on your schedule. Give it a try. You'll see why life is better in the quick lane. Log on to MatthewsFordBA.com for a no-hassle, informative, convenient, easy way to shop, which is a nice deal. Matthews Ford.
The AVB Bank Spotlight Series at the Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center is filled with Tony winners. The color purple, Finding Neverland, Tony winner and Oklahoma native Kelly O'Hara in concert, and celebrate the holidays with the legendary Kristen Chenoweth and Sandy Patty together in concert. For more information, visit BrokenArrowPAC.com or call 918-259-5778. The Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center and the Kristen Chenoweth Theater, bringing the world to Broken Arrow.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow. 39 seconds to go in the Class 6A-1 quarterfinals. Broken Arrow 35, Union 31. Tigers took the lead on a 2-yard touchdown run by Sanchez Banks. Capped off an 8-play, 79 yards touchdown drive in 3 minutes, 44 seconds. Tyler Crawford's left-footed kick is a driving kick into the end zone for another touchback. So Union will need to go 80 yards in 39 seconds with 2 timeouts. Union needs a touchdown.
Well, we're just going to get in a prevent, and we'll have like 3 people back, way back, so play some kind of a man under type concept, so we can have plenty of people that are chase things down.
Robon Banks tonight, 4 of 8 passing, 85 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He has not been the most accurate. Had an interception that was called back on the last drive. 1st and 10 from the 20. 39 seconds to go. Broken Arrow up 4. Kyler Pearson goes in motion to the right. Banks out of the gun. Fires down the far side. tipped and knocked away. Incomplete. It was Miles Slusher. They were looking for Makai Belt, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a good ball, too. Just great coverage by Slusher and making a great play. Excellent.
30 seconds to go. Broken Arrow 35. Union 31. Union with the ball, 2nd and 10. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Rovon Banks drops back, fires far side right. That's caught, has a man, it's Belt. Gets across the 30 for a first down, out of bounds at the 32. Clock stops, 23 seconds to go. 2 timeouts left for Union. Coach Alexander has one in the holster, should he need it, for a defensive alignment.
We've loosened the coverage up now. So we got three safeties now, so we're not going to let them.
Banks, back to pass. Steps up, hit, and sacked!
That's the game right there.
Tigers get him.
Oh, got a timeout.
Parker Darnell makes the sack. And Kirk Frederick will take a timeout with 15 seconds left. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, the ball was loose.
Parker Darnell got him, knocked the ball free, but Union recovered. 2nd and 17, but more importantly, just 15 seconds to go.
No. Well, we're playing, you know, we just took one of our safeties and put him back deep. So we got 3 safeties. We're playing with 3 safeties deep, and we're going to keep everything underneath this. Doing a great job with that. We're not going to get beat deep.
Partner, are you having fun yet?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad. We've got another week, baby. Bring on Owasso Rams.
15 seconds need to tick off the clock before Broken Arrow advances to the semifinals against Owasso. 15 seconds is a long time. Feels like about 10 minutes. Broken Arrow crowd on its feet here at Memorial Stadium.
Great win.
Union breaks the huddle. Tigers in the prevent. Defensive coordinator Travis Hill gives some instructions. Marion Horns back deep. Machota's back deep. 15 seconds to go. 2nd and 17 from the 24-yard line. Broken Arrow leading Union 35-31. Rovon Banks drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Swallowed up and sacked. Jalen Moss got him. Timeout Union with 7 to go.
3-man rush, too. 3-man rush. We're in prevent defense. 3-man rush. Great pressure. Jalen Moss is just a stud, I'm telling you.
This is it, folks. 3rd and long. 7 seconds to go. Union needs to go 78 yards.
Yeah, what are they going to dial up here? It's kind of hard when you're 3rd and 19.
You're not even 3rd and 19. You're 3rd and 78 with 7
Yeah,
seconds
that's
to
true.
go.
Yeah,
You got to get a lot more than 19, partner.
And they're in prevent. We're in prevent defense. Yeah, dial that up.
Union's been able to break plays with a lot of yard after the catch tonight with some missed tackles, but you'd think with the prevent look here, everybody's staying in front.
Well, you know, you gotta hand it to Union too, because I mean they put up a lot of offense on us. They have 438 yards of offense. I mean,
Here we go. 3rd and 19 from the 22-yard line with 7 seconds to go. Broken Arrow leading 35-31 in the 6A-1 quarterfinals. Rovon Banks back to pass. Quick hitter to Pearson. It hits the turf. Incomplete. 3 seconds to go. They'll get one more shot.
They're trying to hit the flea flicker there. You know, hit it short, flip it back, but you know we had it played really well though.
Last play of the game coming here. 3 seconds to go. Anything less than 78 yards and Broken Arrow is moving on to the semifinals. Crowd on their feet. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us for Tiger football. It's been a treat. 3 seconds to go. Tigers up 4. Rovon Banks. What is he doing? They'll flip it. This is going nowhere. The Tigers are moving on. Broken Arrow beats Union and keeps the season alive.
Atta baby. Great job, Broken Arrow. Great job.
What were they doing? I mean, I know it's a tough situation there with needing 75 yards or whatever, but
I don't know.
Just kind of ran it up the middle.
I know, and then he just tosses it back. That was an interesting call.
Broken Arrow 35, Union 31. Coach Alexander's going through the handshake line. We'll try and get him with Ryan as soon as we can. Broken Arrow and Owasso, likely next Friday. Site to be determined. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at Union, Spab.
I know. That's going to be interesting to play there, you know. But, you know, they have good facilities for it, too, though.
Jake Raines, 7 of 10 passing for 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sanchez Banks, 30 carries, 155 yards and 3 scores. Isaiah Keller had 4 carries for 40 yards out of the Special K. Jake Raines had 4 scrambles for 27 yards, picked up a couple of key first downs with his feet. On the other side, A.J. Green had an incredible game for Union. 24 carries, 192 yards and 2 touchdowns, but not enough. Rovon Banks, 17 carries, 147 and a score. Coach Alexander's finally through the
interesting thing
line.
is they rushed the ball for 348 yards.
All right, ready?
Let's go down to Ryan with Coach Alexander.
Hey, Coach, you're down 7. What's the turnaround there at the second half?
Well, we made some defensive stops, right? And we had some huge plays on the offensive side. You know, we had some of our defensive guys came over and made some plays for us. Really, that's all it.
And then Jake Raines, over 200 yards passing. What can you say about his play tonight?
Well, I love the second half. We can't play like that in the first half anymore in the rest of the season.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Big win for Coach Alexander's Tigers as he runs down to the other end of the field to talk with his team as they meet with the Jungle and the cheerleaders and the Tigets. 35-31 the final. Broken Arrow moving on to the 6A-1 semifinals. We'll take a timeout, wrap it up after this. This is Broken Arrow football.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
The AVB Bank Spotlight Series at the Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center is filled with Tony winners. The color purple, Finding Neverland, Tony winner and Oklahoma native Kelly O'Hara in concert, and celebrate the holidays with the legendary Kristen Chenoweth and Sandy Patty together in concert. For more information, visit brokenarrowpac.com or call 918-259-5778. The Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center and the Kristen Chenoweth Theater, bringing the world to Broken Arrow.
With kids, life is one big adventure. So you need a strong financial partner like TTCU Federal Credit Union. They're always ready to help. And every TTCU checking account comes with a School Pride debit card. Every time you use your card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account, why not call it your living account? TTCU, life is better in balance.
The Tigers of 1953 had a remarkable year as they finished 7-3 in the Verdigris Valley Conference. The team placed 4 seniors on the All-Star team, including co-captains Robert Ingold and Philip Sparling. The season was capped off with a 40-13 pounding of Pryor as the
Welcome back to Broken Arrow, where the Tigers have advanced to the 6A-1 semifinals with a 35-31 win over Union. Charlie and Spav back with you here at Memorial Stadium. Here's the scoring summary. Sanchez Banks started it off with a 43-yard touchdown run. It was a two-play, 80-yard drive that put the Tigers up 7-0. Union came right back and scored on a 4-minute drive. Rovon Banks, an 8-yard touchdown run with 8 plays, 80 yards, 7-7 our score. A.J. Green, after an interception, 1 play, a 69-yard touchdown, made it 14-7. Sanchez Banks tied it up with a 2-yard touchdown run at 14, and we'll pause the scoring summary because Sanchez is down on the field with Ryan Wyckoff. Ryan, take it away.
Sanchez, 155 yards tonight. Man, what's it like to get this win for your team?
Man, it's amazing. I mean, we all played our part. We all did what we had to do, and we came out with the win.
Man, what do you guys got to improve on for next week before you play in the second round? Looks like it may be a OSSAA.
I mean, we just got to get everybody healthy and then keep on doing what we got to do.
Sanchez, great game, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's Ryan Wyckoff with Sanchez Banks. He's still trying to catch his breath, and I don't blame him. He was everywhere tonight. As we told you, he tied it up at 14. Union took the lead, 21-14 on that halfback wheel route. It was Rovon Banks to A.J. Green, a 57-yard touchdown, capped off an 80-yard touchdown drive, made it 21-14. Forbes had a field goal to make it 24-14, a 10-point game. That was the biggest lead of the night. And from there, Broken Arrow rallied thanks to the creativity of offensive coordinator Jay Wilkinson. Jake Raines hit Bryce Machota for a 40-yard touchdown, capped off a 4-play, 80-yard drive that made it 24-21. And then Marion Horn, the sophomore standout, gave the Tigers a 28-24 lead on a 56-yard touchdown catch, just a 2-play, 62-yard drive there. Union came back to take the lead. A.J. Green, an 8-yard touchdown run, made it 31-28, but then the Tigers snapped off an 8-play, 79-yard methodical drive, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Big play there was a long pass to Torrey Dillard to get Broken Arrow into Union territory. And Sanchez Banks scores with 39 seconds to go to put Broken Arrow up 35-31 and send the Tigers into the 6A-1 semifinals and a almost certain rematch with the Owasso Rams. Owasso leading Norman 49-14 in the fourth. The other two games in 6A-1, Moore is up 41-28 on Edmond Santa Fe, and Jenks is up 55-28 on Mustang. Steve Spavital, what do you take away from this one?
Well, I tell you what, the strategic passing game, what Coach Wilkinson had, really made a difference in the game. Throwing the post, doing some things like that, throwing the wheel route to Marion Horn, and running the tight end delay to our tight end is just unbelievable. The way we did those little strategic type passing game, nothing fancy, just really good to keep us in this game. And I was really impressed by that because, both teams had a lot of yardage now. Both teams had 450 yards. And so this was an offensive game. And, Union could run the football, and that was really tough to try to stop that.
Broken Arrow advances to the 6A-1 semifinals.
Bring on Owasso.
2 words, Spav. Rally Snickers.
That's it. That was it.
It was a 10-point game, and I'm just saying, we went to the Rally Snickers, and Broken Arrow is moving on with a 35-31 win. The win means we'll have another edition of Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib coming up Tuesday on the Animal 6:30. We're on the air. You also can podcast it wherever you listen to podcasts by searching for Broken Arrow Public Schools. Kickoff time, likely 7 o'clock next Friday. We'll wait to see where it is. We'll be on the Animal with pregame coverage 30 minutes before kickoff. This will likely be our final AeroVision broadcast of the season. OSSAA broadcast restrictions will likely prohibit us from covering the state semifinals on AeroVision. We definitely can't bring you the championship game on AeroVision, but it has been a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
We do not take your attention lightly, and we are grateful for your support tonight and all season long. The spotter tonight was Mr. Dusty Dildine, MVP of the night, at least of the broadcast crew, bringing the Rally Snickers.
I know, he was awesome.
Dusty brought the heat. Kenneth Rumsey has been guiding the Good Ship Sports Animal all season long, keeping us on the air and sounding great. Terry Sprider, Nolan Couch, and our entire student-run crew on AeroVision, they've done a great job all season long. For Ryan Wyckoff down on the field and my partner Steve Spavital in the booth, this is Charlie Hanema saying good night from Broken Arrow, where the Tigers move on to the semifinals with a 35-31 win.
This Arrowvision broadcast is copyrighted by Broken Arrow Public Schools for the private use of our audience. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the expressed written consent of Broken Arrow Public Schools.